obvious
It's the clunk
penile
for me.
sounding.
What?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? Hey, hi, g'day, hello, welcome, internet. To this Sword of the Skulls, a cheeky little Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition campaign.
How
We clap
cheeky.
cheeks.
Here on the Lore Rights. Fucking hell. I'm Promethean, there's a 0 in it, and I regret this already. Hey, you know who's much cooler than me? All of my fucking players, who are wonderful, delightful people, many of whom
Lies.
I had the pleasure of seeing, breathing, touching in real life. Over the
Could you
course
stop breathing
of
me?
the past week and a bit, I would like them all to
It's the
introduce
sad lung.
both themselves and their characters, and give me a little highlight reel of fun stuff you've done over the last week or so. Before we get into this. Starting with, I can't see the fucking overlay, so I don't know who to start with. I've changed the overlay too. Starting with Saz.
Hi, hello. I'm Saz, or Saz the Meeple from Meeples and Dragons, where I do the dice thing and the producer press the buttons thing. I can English.
Much better than me, I'll fucking add.
Wait, are we doing intros?
But that's not hard. So.
Indication. What was I doing? This week, I've been sick this week. I have not had a fun week, although I did get to play Baldur's Gate 3 on Thursday with James, and he killed us, and it was spectacular.
Outstanding.
Absolutely spectacular. And I am playing Tiny Wing, who is the cutest, tiniest, freaking little fairy you've ever seen in your life, who sometimes goes goth because she's a warlock.
Excellent. Ash.
Hey, so that's me. Hey, should I make stuff? You can find me at Ash Make Stuff, where I make stuff and or props. You can find me over on Split the Party, playing Calestis in What We Do in Barovia. You can also find me occasionally over on Hexes and Vexes, being a menace in cameos and flashbacks, and stuff. How was my week? I was also sick. I sank about 90 hours of my life into playing Claire Obscure Expedition 33. I met Emily and NBC, and I saw Promethean again. I haven't showered since then, so that the memory of their touch still lingers on my arms.
Cute. I'm gonna move along quickly because I know how you feel about those words coming
Okay,
out of your mouth.
cool.
You got
Okay.
more?
My character introduction, but okay.
Unnecessary. They're gonna die in about 10 minutes. No,
Cool.
no, go for it. As you were.
No, so my character was known as Lilith. Now she's known as a corpse in Potentia. So
Oh, that's real sad.
she's cleric.
Hey, MVCDM.
Hello. I'm MVCDM. I don't know. My week's highlights include Promethean getting on the wrong tram yet again, and also finding all of the bits and pieces that he left in various locations that he definitely should have taken home. Do you want my character intro or not?
Yes, please.
Okay. Currently a bear who's not quite all there, and hopefully gonna say nope to becoming a lycanthrope. I'm Vermilion.
I hate myself. Ham, save us.
Why did you act like that was news, Promethean? We all know that you hate yourself.
Ham, save
This just in.
whatever this
Promethean
is,
hates
please.
himself.
Hey, I'm Ham. I run Radiant Shadows over on the Meeples and Dragons channel. I do other stuff sometimes in other places, and there'll be things happening later on. I play Cell. He's a hobgoblin, and he'll fuck with your head. Boom, done.
Ooh, I like
Not
that.
my head.
Cheeky. That's very clever. Last, and look, to be fair, not least, because it's been well established how I feel about myself, Emily.
Hey, I'm Emily. Usually I'd say something funny, but I'm not funny. And I'm really tired, and I'm cold. And I've been standing all day. But hey, the other reason I'm not going to say anything funny is because I too got to see most of these people this week, and it was truly a joy and a pleasure, and I can't think of anything mean to say.
I can. You want some tips?
Just a tip.
Whoa.
Nope.
But hey, when I'm not here, I'm producing, GMing, and Chief Executive Thirst Mastering over on Hexes and Vexes, hanging out on Meeples and Dragons, and anywhere that will let me infiltrate, basically. Tonight I'm playing Malia Redwood, who is a menace.
This is all very true. Hey, thanks to our 2 fucking raiders who dropped in before we went live officially. Thanks to, I see all of you fun people hanging out in chat. We're gonna try and have a fun time. If you don't have a fun time here, don't fucking complain to me about it. Go somewhere else on the internet. It's a big place.
If you have a
You
bad
can
time
direct all
here,
of your
My name is Emily.
complaints. I was going to say you can direct all your complaints to NVCDM. But hey, look.
Exactly fucking right. I don't remember. Someone remind me, have we established the convention of a musical intro before the recap or after the recap? I feel like we have a whole thing now.
Never
and
can move
simply
straight.
I think it's
do
after
not
the recap.
remember.
after the recap.
Ash, are you capable of providing said musical intro at this point?
I only
Whoa.
mentioned
Also-
like 3 times that I had my ukulele ready, but yeah.
Yes,
Heck.
excellent. Hey, literally heck.
Antipode and DM. The D20.
Heath.
Yeah, that too.
Cute. Thanks. Okay,
Well,
we're going to do it
fucking
after.
legend.
Listen,
Stop.
if this is your first time here, perfect. Feel free to listen in and catch up on what happened last time. This was our last session, and some truly important things have happened. It's going to be a fun time. Previously, on the Sword of the Skulls, Malia and Vermilion take an opportunity to query Mud-Eye Maggie, a hag, about legends surrounding creatures inhabiting bags of holding. No reason, and the elf's incessant chattering results in Maggie cursing the druid to only say the opposite of what he means for an hour.
I also got licked a bunch.
I don't think he got actually licked. I think he just got sniffed that time from memory.
I got licked 2
You
times.
did get licked at a point in time, correct, by a creepy hag, and I had a lot of fun doing it, and I'll do it again. Also, you got your fucking revenge.
That's true.
Yeah.
I did lick you IRL.
Correct. Maggie shares only brief detail of old stories of a measle cursed by the king who crawls, trapped forever in a prison of extraplanar storage spaces for some slight or another. Malia asks about the eye in her hand, and Maggie confirms that she will spy on the rogue through the eye when she sees fit.
I want to
And-
specify it was my left hand.
Yes, that has been established, correct?
Important law.
Excellent, and that it will be removed on completion of the set task to return or send word of her sister that Maggie may re-establish her coven. Tinywing, or
Coven.
Coven if you prefer. Tinywing asks if Maggie knows anything about the Amethyst Queens. Maggie spits and claims the Amethyst Court to be responsible for her circumstances and that of the Fae
Fucking hell.
spirits trapped below the Feybock. She claims there are those of us that must remain. 3 by 3 and
It's a
9
backwards J.
by 9. When Tinywing suggests that the party could help her acquire freedom, the hag laughs haggily. Lilith has the audacity to ask Maggie to write down the terms of the struck deal, a request that the hag outright rejects, before inviting the party to witness a traditional ritual to be undertaken this very night, the night of the full moon, a re-sanctification of these grounds, as she puts it. Lilith and Tinywing are very excited about this prospect, and Venara is summoned to take the party elsewhere for snacks and refreshments. The group partake in a Fey picnic of sorts, with Sal striking something of a spark with Venara, and Tinywing making a new friend in Flit, one of the moth-winged Aridni, who writes their name in Tinywing's book and is thoroughly delighted by the telepathic message from Tinywing that follows. Venara shares with the party that Agatha Blacktoe, her sister, was last seen near, Maggie's sister rather, was last seen near the town of Altalon, and has been missing for nearly a decade, and offers some detail on the upcoming ritual, which she says will involve some blood, nudity, and, if they're lucky, sacrifice. Salazlo shares that this is quite common through the Feybock, and is partaken in such things himself to become one with nature. Malia seems super into this. Malia educates Venara on the concept of taverns, and Venara is very into the idea of taking anyone she likes from such a place, and the two confuse each other with languages the other does not speak, at which point Venara offers Salazlo an invite to her personal grove, an offer Salazlo seems more than willing to take up. The pair travel north for 10 minutes or so to a darkly beautiful glade and a lilied pool. After a brief getting to know you to either get into your pants or drown you in this shallow pond conversation, Sal and the Elanome hear a terrifying howl through the reaching branches of the Feybog's twisted vines and trees. The two of them become frightened, and Sal recognizes something of Riven's lycanthropic howl in the spine-tingling noise. Venara, terrified, runs, not south to the safety of Maggie's hut, but east into the deep swamp. Salazar heads back toward the hut, passed on the way by two of the Myrmoths that had escorted the party into Maggie's domain, furiously running towards the source of the eerie howl. Salazar bursts back into the picnic clearing, babbling mostly coherently about werewolves, direwolves, full moons, and a general sense of immediate danger. Lilith is convinced that the immediate vicinity of Maggie's hut is relatively safe, and straining to hear a howl such as Sal had described, instead the party hear from the opposite direction, from a dozen or so voices, a chant. 3 times 3 and 9 by 9. Thus the veil is drawn, defined. 9 times 9 and 3 by 3, the 7 blood, a living key. Tinywing, Malia, and Sal head toward the chanting, with Lilith throwing the vial of wolfsbane-laced alcohol to Malia. Vermilion takes an interest in Sal's story of a spine-chilling howl and becomes determined to look into it, giving Astis to Lilith to hold as he wild shapes into a black bear, which Lilith immediately mounts. Bear Million is easily able to pick up Venara's delicious scent, and the totem pole of adventurers head off northward. Sal, Tinywing, and Malia head back past Maggie's hut to see a ragtag group of bullywugs, kobolds, lizard folk, and darklings responsible for the chanting, carrying a bound measle, screaming Palos's name, and this time the chant includes 2 more lines. 3 times 3 and 9 by 9, thus the veil is drawn, defined. 9 times 9 and 3 by 3, the 7 blood a living key. Blood and death and 3 white hands will know Varel, the hour we're damned. The party recognizes the term Varel as the instrument's prophecy. Salazar recognizes 3 white hands as a taboo symbol used to refer to a once divine entity trapped deep below the surface of the world, thought responsible for carving out the vast tunnels of the Underdark, an entity otherwise known as the King Who Crawls. Malia and Salazar have a surprisingly deep philosophical conversation about sacrifice and the sacred nature of blood as representative of life itself, with Sal sharing some details of the Moonshade, a ritual from his home during which you go out into the darkness and you fuck or you kill. The discussion is interrupted by the full run of the ominous chant. 3 times 3 and 9 by 9. Thus the veil is drawn, defined. 9 times 9 and 3 by 3, the 7 blood, a living key. Blood and death and 3 white hands will know Varel, the hour we're damned. A scroll of tongues, a book of names, the rife of oath and rife of shame. The undead heart of the Haven Tree, an echo of divinity. A song of sorrow from the heart of woe, the gift of she who death did know. 13 moons and 13 bells, 13 souls released from hell. 13 days and 13 signs, 13 nights of that which shines. When the kiss of ages walks again, all know ruin, gods and men, daughters, fate, fae, and foe, will be consumed by what death doth know. Which Ash Makes Stuff and or props informs me absolutely fucks.
Okay, but did you retcon any of it?
No. Yeah. Meanwhile, I hate the duplicated line, I fucked up. Meanwhile, Vermilion and his riders make their way into the darkening swamp. Finding Venara's glade, they discover many corpses drowned within, and follow her now fear-laden scent further into the depths of the Fabog. They encounter a Myrmor that crashes out of the vegetation, falling dead at their feet. Carrying on, the two hear a howl at the outer edge of perception, and are faced with a choice: move in the direction of the sound, or continue tracking Venara in an opposite direction. Lilith contacts Malia via their sending stone, asking for advice on which investigative avenue to pursue. Malia, not quite understanding the limitations of the stones, offers some advice, much of which Lilith is not privy to. The chanting tribe of assorted fae lift their prisoner to a watery bank and wash him down in preparation for something. The measles screaming and yowling. A bullywug explains to Sal that their sacrifice has been selected as they were lurking uninvited in there from the hollow places below, and as such, make a perfectly worthy sacrifice to the Great Glomph. The prisoner is placed on their stretcher in a standing position, and bubbles begin to busy the surface of the bog water nearby. A question from Tiny Wing about these practices kicks off another cultural commentary between Malia and Sal. A swamp cigar smoking kobold agrees with Sal with surprising gusto, making for an excellent segue back to the other two. Lilith suggests to her furry friend that they investigate the wolf howl rather than continuing to chase Venara. As a bear, Vermilion catches the scent of something that definitely was riven, but is masked with the scent of death. Lilith uses Detect Thoughts to have Vermilion communicate the source of their agitation, which the two decide to continue going towards without the rest of their party. Malia, Sal, and Tiny Wing see Mud-Eye emerge from her hut, curved dagger in hand, walking fully naked towards the waiting sacrifice, whose whimpering is immediately and magically silenced. The tribe show reverence to the hag as the bride of Glomf, as the Froghemoth emerges from the watery swamp.
It's pronounced Froghemoth.
Maggie begins to dance.
Also, do the frogs in this world say la-di-da-di-da?
You'll have to ask Vermilion
They are really polite.
in this
So,
specific
yes.
area.
Yeah, everywhere else they're absolute fucks.
North of the hut and the imminent sacrifice, as night falls and the full moon rises, a charred creature with glowing green eyes, bones writhing in pink flames through gashes in its flesh, approach Lilith and Vermilion, who at this point in time will roll initiative, please.
Okay. Wait. Are we not going to do the musical intro? We just had this debate over whether we should do it before or after.
After a musical intro.
Wait, roll initiative? Outstanding.
Did it work?
Beautiful. It absolutely worked.
Incredible.
It did not gate this time, so 10 out of 10 for
Excellent.
that. Now, what do I have to-
hey, Heath, no, don't you call Dash a frog? And it's a ukulele, not a banjo.
Alright, we're doing this?
We're doing this.
Great.
What'd you roll?
19 on the dice, plus 3 to initiative, so 22.
Excellent. Lilith.
18 on the dice plus 2 to initiative, dirty 20.
Vermilion. Sorry, Bear Million. You are up first.
Hang on. At the top of combat, the second this dude appears, free action, I'm putting Astidus in the nearest tree.
Oh, Astidus is total
Because-
plot armor. It's
yeah.
fine. He'll be fine.
Yeah, I know, but I'm putting him in the nearest tree regardless.
Fair. Okay.
So
He doesn't need to see this.
Can you please lay out a word picture of the scene as it stands currently?
I can lay out a picture of words. So, what you're faced with as you're heading into the swamp to this area, it's incredibly thick. Like, it is the thickest part of the Fey Bog that you've come to so far, and it is getting dark. The moon is beginning to rise from this absolute mess of twisted vines and trees and fallen vegetation, and the muck of the bog itself leaps this creature, and it just stops for a moment in front of you, super dramatically, to give you a cheeky little look. You will essentially have what, let's say, like barely a 40-foot open space in effect. Everything beyond that is just incredibly thick vegetative matter and zero visibility beyond that.
Okay. Bear with me, haha, for a second, because I need to pull up the stat block for the black bear.
Hey, that's entirely fair.
Okay. I would like to hold my action to take an attack action once something, if should anything try to should anything enter attack range of Bear Million.
Okay, and Bear Million's attack range being?
Look, great question. I'm pretty sure it's a 5 feet reach. Yeah, normal reach, so 5 feet.
Yeah, great. Love that.
The bear doesn't have really long Luigi style arms.
It's unfortunate. Unfortunate, really. Oh, interesting. Okay, great.
My
Anything else?
The bear arms count as a. Sorry. I guess.
I'll also say, because I didn't make it clear, so if we're saying you've got a 40-foot kind of open space, you're going to be about 10 feet into that space. We'll say 30 feet between you and this creature.
Okay. I don't know if you would allow me to use a bonus action to actively perceive using scent if this is the only creature. That is, like, if there's other things hiding in the forest.
If
I
nothing
will
else,
remind you that we rolled very fucking high on our perception checks. last
correct.
session.
And if nothing else, retconnable easily in that way.
Okay.
As far as your incredibly well rolled,
Mm.
bearish perception is able to ascertain
Mm-hmm.
sole creature in the vicinity.
Yep. Okay. Excellent.
Currently.
Okay. Then that will be all for Bear Million for now.
Marvelous. Lilith. You up?
Me? Yep. So I one hand sort of holding onto Vermilion's fur. By the way, Vermilion, you still have bardic inspiration.
Hell yeah.
Don't forget that. I am going to present my holy symbol, and I'm going to use Channel Divinity Twilight Sanctuary as my action. So a 30-foot dim light sphere emanates from me and centered on me, moves with me. Lasts for a minute till I'm incapacitated or die. Bonus action, spiritual weapon behind the Riven corpse thing at second level. And as part of the bonus action, I get to make an attack with it. And also, just for the folks playing along at home, we are playing with the 2014 5th edition rules, not the 2025 5th edition rules. So spiritual weapon is not a concentration spell.
Also a reminder for me who doesn't know what they're doing, so feel free to throw me that reminder at any time.
Boom.
Because I
Cool.
have fucked
that is
that
a
up a bunch of
12.
times.
Plus 8 is a 20.
You attempting to hit? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, with the spiritual weapon. So 20.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Cool. D8. I pulled them all out in advance. 4 plus 5 points of force damage.
Okay.
And then at the end of my turn, wait, where did it go? Motherfucker. At the end of my turn, my Twilight Sanctuary will grant me 1d6 plus 5 temporary hit points.
Excellent. Is that all Twilight
Nice.
Sanctuary does?
Nope. That's for later. It just depends. on
Please
what
read
happens.
the description of the spell for my benefit.
So I can either grant myself and my allies, or actually anyone who's in the Dome of Twilight, I can grant them 1d6 plus 5, which is my cleric level temporary hit points,
Yeah.
or end an effect causing it to be charmed or frightened.
Okay. And
And it's dim light.
what's the condition for you to make that choice? Actually, don't worry about it. I won't metagame that. That's fine.
Whenever a creature ends its turn in the sphere, you can grant that creature one of these benefits.
Marvelous. Anything else?
Nope, that's my turn.
Okay. This burning necromantic vision of terror begins to pace
Wow. Self-insert by Prometheus.
around the sphere, taking its time.
It can get in the sphere. It's not like the dome. This is just dim light.
Nonetheless,
so you know.
Nonetheless, it begins to pace the sphere. And then it vanishes. But you can both,
Wow. Job done.
especially Vermilion, very obvious to Bear Million, both via smell and hearing. They're still out there. Lilith, if you concentrate even slightly hard, you will also hear footsteps squelching into the bog.
As in, it's still pacing back and forth, but it's invisible, or it's
Correct.
turned around and left. Okay.
Correct. Actually, no. You can't see it, so I'm not going to describe exactly what happens. But NVC,
How you doing?
how do we feel about the trigger of an held action
Mm-hmm.
in response to an invisible party?
So like in as it currently stands, if you think that the black bear's sense of smell is sufficient to detect an invisible creature that enters its space, I think that would be fair. If not, like I think yes, Ash.
I'd just like to point out that during our fight with the elf version of Riven in Erding, when Malia turned invisible per use of her shadow touched feat, he was able to smell/hear her
Yeah.
and make an attack against her.
That's entirely fair.
So we have set that precedent before.
Excellent. In which case, what you feel, Lilith, from above, a sharp, jagged teeth at your throat.
How?
Right?
No, like genuinely, physically, how? If it's from above and I'm looking forward, how is there something at my throat which is in front of me?
Because there's a long dog boy, and when it loses the invisible condition on its attack, you realize it's capable of flight and is currently above you with its jaw around your neck.
Wow, we
Amazing.
love that for me.
With
And
a
us.
with a dirty 20 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Bear Million, you will have an opportunity to. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Lilith is on you,
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Buck me off, babe. It's fine.
right? So,
Mm.
absolutely take the reaction,
Yep.
and we'll get that out of the way first.
Okay. Well, this will result. So the attack action will be effectively it's a multi-attack.
Mm-hmm.
So one bite and one claw. And in order to make the claw attack, I think the bear would have to rear up,
We'll get to that.
depositing Lilith elsewhere.
We'll get to that.
That's
Yep.
fine.
But would you like me to just roll the attack? Is that what
Roll the
you're
attack
asking me to?
first, and then
Okay.
we'll have Lilith roll a dex save.
Roll
For
both?
Okay, but also, how much damage have I taken from this bite?
None yet. I haven't rolled it.
Can you?
I can, and will.
So my attacks are a 19
Mm-hmm.
and a 17.
Both hit.
Great. Now, and I assume you want me to roll the damage in addition to that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, 5 damage for the bite attack
Mm-hmm.
and 7 damage for the claw attack.
Okay. Lovely. Lilith, I'll get you to roll a dex saving throw first for being dismounted from Bear Million as he makes these attacks.
How about an 8?
I am truly so sorry. So, the damage as you fall from Bear Million.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a black bear, standard black bear, is 1.2 meters at maximum from ground to
I'm
shoulder
not adding
height.
bludgeoning damage to it. at all.
Okay, cool.
No, you're just falling to the ground. It's a bog.
Okay, good.
It's a bog. It's a real soft landing site.
Yeah.
The main problem is the fact that you have teeth around your neck as this happens.
Yeah.
For which you will receive 15 piercing damage.
Mhm.
Oh God, that's so unfair.
I hate it. I hate that.
Hang on, give me a sec.
Hit
No.
the suspense, bro. I
Right.
really do.
You're also currently prone. In the
There's a 0 in it.
in the thick of the Fabog. And I'll get you to roll a d6 for me, please, real quick.
Oh god.
And Saz, odds or evens?
Wow.
Evens.
What'd you roll?
It was 5.
Okay. Excellent. Thank you. You're currently prone
Mhm.
in the Fabog,
Mhm.
in the muck.
Oh no.
Am I still bitten?
Oh, you're totally, absolutely bitten.
Yeah, but am I like grappled bitten or like
No, there's
is
no,
he just
there's absolutely no grappling involved
Okay,
in
cool.
that. Is that an action or not? Wow, that's a free fucking action. Incredible. Landing Bear Million on your back. This creature screams into your ear.
Okay.
This scream isn't of the same plane of existence that any of you are currently on. The scream itself comes from elsewhere and is facilitated through this creature.
Right.
I'm going to get you to roll, please, a wisdom saving throw at disadvantage, given the proximity and the fact that you've got them sweet baby boy sensitive bear ears. And Lilith, I'll have you roll a wisdom saving throw as well, please.
I would like to know, is this scream in a language of some kind?
No, it is just a...
Oh, it's just a horrible sound.
eerie, unearthly, terrifying howl at
And what was the save? Sorry?
point blank range. So it's a DC of 14.
Oh, easy. 25. 17 plus 8.
Easy.
18 plus 7, 25.
At,
Hey!
at
We
di-
brain celled.
at disadvantage?
Fine, you fuck. Well, the other one was a 20, so eat me.
Yeah, okay. Great. The both of you are so teed up by this encounter that you do not give a fuck. I love that for the both of you.
This ain't no Care Bear.
Yeah, correct. Which brings us, I guess, to the top of the round. So, Bear Million, I'm afraid you'll have to wait as we go to the other three. Maggie.
Wow.
Maggie Marai has emerged from her hut, which you all know is completely covered. The walls are completely covered, floor to ceiling, with an assortment of teeth, to which you collectively, via Lilith, have contributed an entire box. Which is very cool. There is a screaming Measle currently on a stretcher, evidently awaiting sacrifice at Maggie's wickedly curved blade. And she is currently performing a dance in front of this poor unfortunate soul from the Underdark, with the tribe of assorted Fae not dancing themselves, but they all have assorted kind of sticks or something that seems to be important to them, and they're all just kind of making a beat on the ground, which is just getting more and more frenzied as this dance gets faster and faster and faster. The last we left the three of you, there was a fairly involved conversation about the assorted cultural relevance, I guess, of this kind of thing. Sal, you had pointed out that, this isn't an unfamiliar kind of thing in the Feyborg, and that you've participated in similar things yourself. Malia, you were attempting to take what felt kind of like some kind of moral high road, which is a weird choice for Malia, but here we are.
No, not a moral high road, but sure.
How
You know
the-
what?
How
Make
the-
me like one of your French girls, you fuck.
Wow, how are the three of you reacting to this little display currently, do we think? How's everyone feeling about what they're seeing? We'll start with, Saz.
I was gonna say,
Tiny.
as far as Tiny's concerned, this is like a whole new experience, and B, it's been explained to her that this is the culture here, so she's not totally worried about it, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
She's more as she's just here as an observer because she asked to see the rites. These are the rites.
Indeed. Sal.
Yeah, Sal would just be standing there watching, noting any differences to things he's seen in the past and sort of tucking it away in his little mind palace for future reference, but generally just sort of observing what's going on.
Excellent. Malia.
Similar, but definitely uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable
Like-
in what way?
Like, looks unsettled at this.
Okay.
I think Sal would also just occasionally give like tiny little sort of like little glimpses into the cultural elements of it. So like, oh, that thing there is this, and This is why you cut vertically and not horizontally. And you know,
Does she need that much detail?
when the blood comes out, you've got to make sure that, you know, got to catch it in the bowl properly, and then you go and you collect it over here. See how Mud Eyes, like, just the swing that she's got to her hips. It's like, it's very important to get it in time.
Sal, could you please shut the fuck up?
Well, I'm just trying to educate Tiny. I mean, it all makes
No.
sense. Why
No.
not? It's
Because
fine.
I'm also right here, and
Oh,
that's
look, I mean,
fucked up.
to be fair, I mean, that sounds like maybe you need to just become a bit more educated as well. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this.
If you tell me to educate myself one more time, I will fucking smack the shit out of you, boy.
Look, don't you threaten me with a good time, all right? I'm just trying to educate Tiny with
I
how
punch Sel in the
things
face.
Wait, for real? Are you punching Sal right
Yeah.
now? You fuck.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. All right.
Not with the full force of damage that I can do, but just a little like to the nose.
Roll the fucking attack then. Go on.
Okay. Sure, why not? Excellent. Cool. That's a 21.
Ha! 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 I've got an armor class of 12. No, hold on.
Sal, you've been smacked in the face by this random woman you've been traveling
What do you
with
mean,
for a few
random
days.
woman?
Well, for a few days. How's
For
Sal?
the record, my
how's-
unarmed strike is 3 points of damage.
How is Sal reacting to this?
His head would rock back here. Oh, God. I mean,
Was that a good enough time for you, or would you like me to try again?
look, I think, like, you need to understand that there's actually elements of the violence of this which people will consider a good time.
On that note, the beating of the ground with these rocks and sticks and feet and hands reaches a crescendo, as does Mud-Eye Maggie's dance, and she spins, and this wickedly curved knife slices this Kneasel's throat. She is drenched with an arterial spray of blood. Love that you react that way, Emily. Malia is going to have to roll.
Yeah, I'm
a-
gonna roll a
Thank you. Oh, what
That's a
you got?
6. No, shut up. I'm real good at this.
Malia,
No.
your little tiff with Sal is suddenly and abruptly the furthest thing from your mind.
Good.
You find yourself in a state of hunger, of craving, that you typically don't dip into. Something about the music, the dancing, the location, the moonlight, the magic, perhaps, who knows. But whatever it is, it's hitting, and it's hitting hard.
Cool. Directed at the actual thing.
At the
Or-
blood that is currently absolutely making its dripping way down this 9-foot tall hag.
Let me just point out
And still
though,
spilling out from the bound prisoner.
Let me just point out that I've just punched Sal in the nose.
Correct.
I was
Is there
gonna say,
also blood there?
can we roll to see if there's, let's make this,
Wow.
Yes. What
let's fucking
what
make this interesting.
what
Let's-
fucking role do you want to make this? Let's go.
Let's just make it a 50-50.
Okay.
The other question I have is, Tiny, are you still sitting on Malia's shoulder?
Yeah, she hasn't moved.
Great.
I have a
do you-
coin here.
Yeah.
And Sal, it's your nose, so you're gonna call it.
Oh, heads.
Uh,
Heads is bleeding.
Here are the choices. It's gonna be fairies or stars.
Fairies or stars? Oh, stars.
So, I feel like stars is appropriate for being clocked in the face.
As in seeing stars.
as
Yeah.
your nose bleeding.
Yeah.
And that being of sufficient proximity to be a distraction. It is fucking stars.
Great.
He's like, God, even the blood, Malia. I mean, it's like,
Nah, halfway through his sentence, I'm biting this motherfucker straight in the neck.
Fucking hell.
You set this scene. I don't know what you wanted.
I was trying to distract you from punching your party member in the face.
Well, it backfired, baby girl.
That truly did.
Blood for the blood hog.
Did you say you're biting his hand
I'm
Neck.
biting him in the neck.
in the neck? In which case, Tiny's reaction to that would be to turn goth and smack you, which
Okay,
means you
great.
would have to do a save against being feared.
Hey,
Yeah, it's great.
Excellent.
It's great that both of the party healers are out doing something else.
fuck my actual life. Fuck
sequence does
my
this happen in?
actual life. What the fuck? I just need to point out, just like
did this.
now
You
a
did this, bro.
tradition. There are
You
first
literally
time
did
chatters
this.
here. People are going to think this is the standard that I uphold.
It's not the standard.
It's the standard. He beats us if we don't hit each other.
Okay,
I
but
love
also,
that at the top of the
what
game we were like-
sequence does this happen in?
Oh, fucking hell. I'll give... Absolutely, Sal has an opportunity to react first to
Think in his
being
blood.
hit in the first place. And for that brief moment of distraction, when the blood is first spilt and you are distracted, Sal, do what you will.
look, Look, Sal doesn't have a good dex or anything like that, so he would be completely unprepared for Malia trying to turn him into her own, like, popsicle. So, yeah, he's got nothing to do with the reaction. He would be more like going, oh, but look, you need to understand that this is, and trying to explain the cultural implications.
And it would be like, yeah, halfway through, then it would be like chin grab and just like tilt, bite, immediately.
Oh, hot. And also, this is not 3 days after a truly, like, kind outreach on Malia's behalf to Sal, when Sal was in a fairly vulnerable emotional state, I will point
I
out.
still have to roll for it, I will
Yeah.
say.
I'm
like it is an
also-
attack.
I also want to check in real quick on the actual rules around your shit, just in case.
It's an
there's anything
unarmed
there.
strike,
Yeah.
but like fanged bite, so I have to roll to hit.
Oh well, won't
Which I've
work. You have
just
two
done.
arms.
So
Mm-hmm.
I've just done.
And?
And it was a natural 20.
Sal notoriously thick neck though.
AC
AC of 25.
Regain hit points equal to, but I've taken no damage, so I'm okay. I also gain. Oh no, I can do one of. So yeah, so I can choose to regain hit points equal to the piercing damage I deal, which I don't need. So I'll gain a bonus to the next ability check or attack roll I make. The bonus equals the piercing damage dealt by the bite, which is gonna be a nat 20.
Yep.
Pro's like, wow, do you know what I'd like to do? Create this situation where nothing can go wrong. Excellent. You do dice doubles, hey.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So that is... It's really low, it's 6. 6 points of piercing damage.
But do you know how fragile Sal is? It doesn't matter how low it is.
Well, not that. I mean, he kind of is, but I mean, still.
The intention of holding like the jaw / chin is to shut you the fuck up, by the way. So it would be like a tight grip.
So before we jump to Tiny Wing's reaction to seeing this unfold,
Mhm.
go a little bit more into detail for me of what this is. What is this attack? How are you approaching this person that you've been traveling with
Oh, literally
to fucking
exactly
tear
like that.
the blood out of their throat? What does that look like?
Exactly like that. It's like, and I don't think Cell would see it because, like, I'm looking at this thing that's happening, right? So, like, I've punched Cell in the face, gotten distracted,
Mhm.
looked over, eyes have just gone black, and just like flared nostrils, turn back, grab, bite, and it would be like piercing teeth straight into the fucking neck vein.
The jugular, if you will.
Yeah,
Why not?
yeah.
Tiny Wing.
Yeah, love
Uh,
that.
Yeah, as soon as she bites, Tiny Wing would form of dread and just hit, just enough to to trigger the check on the fear.
Yep.
Which means, Malia, you are doing a wisdom save.
Okay.
So that's anyone who can see you, right?
No, it's only the person I hit.
Okay.
Cool. Wisdom save, you say?
Mhm.
16.
Meets it, beats it.
But I know what happens anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or no? Yeah, cool.
And if-
Which would be enough to. Well, actually, no. That's up to you, baby girl. Promethean. Is that enough?
I think taking the blood, and especially with a nat 20, you are more or less immediately satisfied in that regard. And it is entirely your choice what happens from here. If you make a aggressive choice, then I guess the three of you fucking rolling initiative and you can all kill each other.
No, that's fine. It would be if.
TPK, but not for the reasons you think.
Right?
So I think what would happen then is like knowing that Tiny Wing, who was on my shoulder, has hit me and attempted to scare the life out of me.
Mm-hmm.
Would pull away and very much take a couple of steps back and just look ashamed.
Cool.
Tiny Wing would be back over with Sal now, and she'd just be glaring daggers at you.
Fucking RP that shit for me a bit, please.
You don't want to go back to the other two for a bit?
Not yet. I'm looking at
No?
something. Hang on.
Okay.
Are you okay, Sal?
Sal would be like holding his neck with the blood running freely from his nose. What the actual fuck, Malia?
I don't know.
No,
No,
I
you
don't
do.
know. I don't know. Doesn't cut it. You just fucking bit me.
Well, you were fucking bleeding and you shouldn't have been.
You
Wait.
punched me in the nose. You can't. That's...
You told me to.
No, I didn't. I was explaining to you why this other stuff was going on, and then you got all.
You told
fucking
me not to
pissy.
threaten you with a good time, and I did.
Well, look, I a lot of very conflicted feelings right now about all of this, but fuck, next time, why? I mean,
I'm sorry. I don't really know. Also, fuck you.
fuck you. I mean, you were the one who fucking bit me.
A swirling wreath of color starts to materialize around the three of you as this anger bubbles, as this confrontation bubbles. And I'm going to have the three of you roll a wisdom saving throw,
Oh,
please.
No, I know I don't want to. Can I not?
No, I will require you to roll that. Thank you.
Fucking buckets.
I hate it here.
God fucking damn it.
I hope you're ready for a really fun, lighthearted session.
Right?
I rolled a natural 1.
So did I.
Oh, hey, that's okay. I rolled a 9, but with my -2 penalty, that's a 7.
Fucking magnificent. The three of you all immediately feel your emotions checked as you become subject to this hypnotic pattern that is swirling its way around you.
Would it be enough to drop me out of my form of dread?
Is there a specific trigger to take you out of it?
No, not really. Usually for Tiny, the triggers to go into it are because she's scared or because she's angry or she's feeling defensive of her or Sal.
If you feel that that feeling is going to be enough to do it, then go for it. But there's no specific reason why that would be the
I think I
case.
might keep it.
Yeah. The pattern itself effectively neutralizes the three of you, who are all effectively incapacitated with a speed of 0 at this point in time. And you are currently charmed by Mud-Eye Maggie.
Oh.
And now we'll return. Lilith, top of the round. What you got?
Top of the round is Vermilion, you fuck.
Wow, imagine letting Lilith go first.
It is, but I don't care. No,
Wow.
no, Vermilion. No, you're absolutely
No,
right.
fuck you.
As you
Lilith,
were.
go first.
No. What do you got, bear boy?
Where am I? Shit, fuck. Seriously, where the fuck am I right now?
Presumably you're in your house.
Is this thing still
It is on
Attached to
your
Lilith?
haunches. No, so Lilith
Oh,
is
it's on me.
prone currently on the ground.
Hell yeah.
In the bog. The creature itself is atop you.
Atop, you say?
Mm-hmm.
I thought Vermilion was the top. Anyway,
Is
moving
it?
on.
Yet to be determined, as far as I'm aware.
That's true. Yet to be confirmed. Very good. Okay. In that case, since it is attached to me, or it has attached itself to me for good or for ill, I would like to make some space between us and Lilith by charging at the nearest tree and backslamming this thing between myself and the tree, Baloo
Ooh.
style, but oh so violently.
Okay, I dig that. Okay, how are we going to do this? A little crush movement in the tree.
And ideally, if it could be impaled on part of the tree as well, that'd just be, extra sweet sauce.
Look, I'm
But
sure it would be. So you're going to rush the tree. I'm going to
Yeah.
have it roll a dex save to avoid the crush just in general. Given it's on top of you. With... Ooh, you might be alright here.
Frenzy Bear.
Look, with a bear involved in the bog, this is going to be a bit difficult to avoid. It's going to fail. You smash it into a tree.
Great. Also, again, the objective as well being to make some distance between myself and Lilith, so that it also gives her time to get up from being prone.
Okay.
But yeah, how would you like to resolve the bear crush?
Okay, so if we're saying you were 10, so 10 to 20 feet from, let's say, this kind of tree line of sorts.
Yeah.
What do we think we'll say bludgeoning damage then, I guess?
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah. I'm going to say, let's say double whatever a normal unarmed attack would be. Oh, but it's for a bear, which isn't going to have that in general, right? Ugh, that's frustrating. What would be the falling damage for 20 feet?
2d6.
2d6, yeah.
Okay, do that. You're going to take one of those as well.
Hell yeah. Do I get to pick which one, or are you just
No,
going
no,
like...
you're going to take one.
Oh, I see.
You're
One.
ramming yourself into a tree.
10.
10 to
10 total.
10
Yep,
to
that's
dead
10.
ribbon.
Yep.
And I'll roll yours.
Yeah, usually it's custom for you to roll damage that's being done to me.
3.
Hell yeah.
How much? 10?
10, yes.
Oh, so what you really mean is 5. Okay, great, thanks.
The trees I believe in this forest are magical and therefore count as magical weapons.
Oh, that's so cute. Anything else from Vermilion?
Um,
And I'm going to count that as a attack, so I'd say you can still absolutely throw, because you can use both, right? Claws and bite.
I can use claws and bite. Hear me out. If he's still grabbed on.
No, he's attempted to throw
Yeah.
himself from you.
Okay.
You
Is
managed.
he still attached to me, or is he?
He won't be attached
squished
to you
against the tree?
anymore. He'll be kind of sliding down the tree, cartoon-like, but cool.
Awesome. In that case, I would like to, I guess, turn around and absolutely make a second attack on him.
Do it.
Yeah, I'm doing it. You fuck. Let me roll the fucking dice. 17 plus 3 is 20, not natural. Does a 20 hit?
Yes.
Yay. And that is 2 of these bad boys. for another 7 damage.
Okay.
Really?
Marvelous. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Vermilion.
Bear's got a real simple set of moves.
Wonderful. Lilith.
Yep. Vermilion should still be within 30 feet of me. You said he moved 20?
Yeah,
Correct.
correct.
Okay, cool. So you will get 5 plus 5 temporary hit points, 10 temporary hit points at the end of your turn. Yeah, if you'd like them. You don't have to have them, but
How many, sorry?
10.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. One thing I forgot to mention last turn was that this time my spiritual weapon has taken on the shape of the Claw of Malar.
Ooh.
The weapon that we stole from Riven's corpse.
Nice.
So I'm going to right myself and just shake the dirt off. And so if they're 20 feet away from me, then I am going to cast Spirit Guardians.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cast Spirit Guardians for the first time. Oh my goodness.
Yay.
I pressed the wrong one. Oh my god, it's my first
What was
time.
that noise?
I don't
I'm excited for Ash.
Okay.
know who that was. So I think Lilith's Spirit Guardians are going to take the shape of like Maine Coon cats. Just kind of like
Big kitty.
big kitty, right? Just massive fucking cats. Just circling around her with this odd purplish golden light. And I would like to move within. I think I only need to move 5 feet in order to get Riven in this. If he's 20 feet away from me and it's a 15-foot emanation.
He is between Vermilion. No, sorry, on the other side of Vermilion and you.
Yeah, so Vermilion's 20 feet away.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll move 10 feet forward, which
One
I'll be able
step to the
do.
side.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'll move. I'll slide to the left, and Cha-Cha rest move. So, I am designating myself, Astidas, and Vermilion
That
as
said,
people
I'm going
who
to
are
say you can't move because you ended your prone condition.
Yeah, so I use half my movement to get
Yeah,
up,
half
and
your
Is
then
it
movement to
half?
end.
It's
Yeah, it's
half
half
your
your
movement.
movement to get up
Oh.
from prone.
My notes from before are wrong. Ignore that then.
That doesn't
Okay.
surprise me.
to be honest, fucking same.
So half my movement to get up, and then the other half of my movement as close to Riven as possible to get him within the Spirit Guardian's emanation
Mhm.
with a little bit of extra wheel room, while still maintaining like a professional buffer, so he couldn't like attack of opportunity me if I moved away.
Yep.
So I'm designating myself, Vermilion, and Astidas as creatures that are unaffected by the spell. So while in the emanation, Riven's speed is halved, and he is going to need to make a Wisdom saving throw
Mm.
at the moment. And then again, whenever he starts, it's his turn there.
At
What's
disadvantage because of bear.
incorrect? What's the DC?
Good question. The DC is 16.
Phew. Listen, we've been calling him Riven. He is Riven no longer. This is a very dumb, not particularly wise, animated undead creature version of Riven, and he fails abysmally.
Excellent. So he's going to take 3d8 damage, which is going to be 8. Oh, 8 and 8 and 3 is, what's that, 19?
16, 19.
16.
Yeah.
19 points of radiant damage.
Ooh,
And then,
okay.
as a bonus action, the Claw of Malar is going to move its full 20 feet and take a swipe at Riven. I'm
Excellent.
assuming that they are kind of, because like I spawned it where Riven was, and then he went invisible and flew, and then Vermilion's moved him 20 feet away. So like, is it in the same area, within 20-foot area?
Yeah, we'll give it to you.
Okay, then I am going to also do that. Where is my button for that? 22 is so that's another.
An easy hit.
Yeah.
Absolutely incapable of avoiding
that
this
is-
whatsoever.
8 points of bludgeoning damage, and I don't know if so. It's a melee spell attack. I don't know if it counts as a magical. I think it's magic. I don't think it's just bludgeoning. Hang on, force damage.
Spiritual weapon will be magic.
Spiritual weapon is the result of magic is a magical weapon.
Yeah, and it's also
Um,
force damage, right?
Force, yeah, not bludgeoning. Sorry, I don't know what the symbols mean. And shut up, Envy. He sent me a really good pun. Sorry.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah.
It happens so rarely.
That is my turn, but at the end of my turn, I will re-up my hit points by 7.
Excellent. Also, yeah, look, I just saw the reminder from Emily about a particular trait that a character has. And correct. That's fucking hilarious. Great. All right. Excellent. The fiery undead creature that once was Riven, it is their turn. They vanish.
Damn it, you called it.
Vermilion, I think you'd probably attempt. Roll a perception check for me.
Hang on. Sorry, it has to make a wisdom saving throw at the start of its turn, please, for Spirit Guardians.
Sure.
Oh yeah, because they do that every time.
Yep, every time.
Yuck, also failed.
Get spanked.
2 and 4 and 8 is 14 points of radiant damage.
Yikes. Mm-hmm.
You're having me roll to see if I can make an opportunity attack against Ribbon, aren't you?
No, I'm having you roll to see if you can determine what the fuck is going on.
Oh, well, I'm just saying if he tries to leave the area, attack of opportunity. He tries to leave my space.
You'd think that.
I think a lot of things. Most of them are wrong.
This particular, well, we shall see. What's the perception roll?
Hang on.
Add your Arcana bonus to it. Well, no, because it doesn't matter. Take your pick. Your
Oh, okay, hot.
No, yeah, do what you want.
I can roll that with advantage because bear.
Okay.
Advantage.
Bear vantage.
Bear vantage.
Shut up.
Art vantage.
Hard vantage. Fucking hell. 19. There we go. Math's hard. Doing simple
also
math
have-
is hard.
Bardic Inspiration if you want to use that. If you feel like that's not enough.
I feel like
You can-
19's not bad. But we'll see.
Your
See how much Pro wants to fucking dog me.
your cute little button bear nose.
Eat me.
As he was scrapping with this thing, having absolutely trashed it into this tree, and watched as Lilith has just absolutely fucked on it.
Did not do that. Thank you very much.
Big pussy energy. Go on.
And clambering around for your next kind of set of moves, whatever it is that you happen to do, you see Riven blink essentially out of existence and immediately put to use that cute little wet nose.
Mhm.
There's nothing there to smell.
Hmm.
It's as though he's just vanished. There is nothing in this space around you. You can smell where he was. You can smell the faintest of movements of whatever the hell just happened. The movement of that scent in some way. But there is nothing there now, and there is nothing around it.
Hmm.
And that's going to be the end of combat.
Promethean fucking hates it when we trash his characters, so he always has them run away. I'm
Yeah.
gonna cast See Invisibility.
Not yet, you're not, because we're going to go back to the sacrifice.
God damn it.
So the three of you are currently entranced, somewhat incapacitated with zero movement, brought low by this hypnotic pattern, and watch as Maggie completes this ritual of dousing herself in this creature's blood. She makes a movement with her hands, and a couple of the fey creatures that brought this poor soul here unstrap them from the stretcher that they're on, tip it up into the bubbling water, and a incredibly large frog-like creature emerges from the water and just full throats this poor guy down the throat. And then that spell is broken. And you are back in control of yourselves. But it is quite clear that to you each, you can feel and absolutely know it was Maggie that shot you all down.
Was that a frog?
Cell would shoot Malia a bit of a glare again, and then just nod. I mean, it looked like a frog. I was a little bit distracted with all of these pretty swirling lights that were about.
That's why I was asking about the frog. I wasn't imagining that.
No, I mean it was. I don't think so. Or we were all imagining the same thing. Malia, did you see the frog, or were you thinking about sucking on someone else?
Wow. Hot.
No, Sal. I did see the frog. Thank you.
All right. Well, looks like all of us saw the frog, so I'm assuming.
Would you like to have another pathetic little jab, or would you like me to actually jab you back?
You both just not.
Oh no! If I'm going to jab you, you'll know it, Malia.
Prove it.
No, we're not doing this because if we do this, I'm going to smack you both.
Oh no, she lost her sound.
I have lost my.
Oh no.
Fight, but also kiss.
Okay, yeah,
She's
no, I
back.
can hear
Okay,
now.
good. At about this time, and kind of almost immediately from the emergence of the Frogamoth, or Froghemoth, if you prefer,
What kind of moth is it?
the tribe of 13 or so assorted creatures immediately all fall to their knees and just start kind of chanting "Glomf, Glomf, 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 Glomf," thereby confirming that you did in fact see what you think that you saw.
Also confirming that they don't say la-di-da-di-da.
Well, they're not frogs. Well, the bullywogs are close, I guess, but they're not saying la-di-da-di-da, no.
That's so upsetting.
Sorry.
You can rate Promethean's world over on. No, I'm joking. Sorry.
Were we? This is normal to these rites. This is what's supposed to happen, Sal.
I mean, this specific one, I'm not. I mean, I can't give details, but I'm assuming that that's what the plan is here. This is who they're worshipping, and it's all part of this sanctification of this space by Maggie and everything else that's going on. So, sure, we do things differently back home.
No frog.
What? No frogs back
No
where
frog?
I'm from. No frogs.
Just a regular old sacrifice in your neck of the woods, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Like, why do you sacrifice?
Because
No, what?
what do we sacrifice?
Yeah.
The weak, those who can't fight back, someone who just happens to wander into the wrong place at the wrong time, the wrong part of the year.
Wipe blood off my lips and be like, how's that moral high ground now, buddy?
I did not take any moral high ground.
I know, you felt very accusatory right there.
Because you fucking bit me.
Guess what? Not a choice, an instinct. You sacrificing shit in your little town? Choice.
Yeah, it is a choice.
Great.
Right, so you just going around biting people is something that you can't control.
No.
Right.
Under certain circumstances, very extenuating circumstances, I cannot control it.
I mean, this is interesting. Slightly disappointing, but also kind of interesting.
Well, you'd be used to being slightly disappointing, wouldn't you?
Well, I mean, I've been traveling with you for a while now, so sure.
Maybe I should go ask your ex-wife.
Sure, you can go and ask that absolute fucking psycho bitch if you want to.
Maybe she wasn't before she met you, and maybe I can fucking understand that now.
Maybe she wasn't. You're right. Maybe I'm some kind of absolutely terrible, horrible hobgoblin who goes around doing the worst possible things, but at least I don't go and bite people that I think I might be friends with. Although maybe I'm just making some assumptions here, Malia.
I
Maybe
think
we're
you
not
are.
friends.
Also, it's real cute that you're self-aware.
Wow.
Are you two done Can we go and do something else now?
I don't know.
Like,
This is kind of fun.
for you, maybe.
Yeah.
Actually, to be fair, this is probably some of the more fun I've had in a while. I kind of miss this sort of shite.
Maybe
It
that's
might-
why
it
Lilith
might-
does it.
He'll
That's
wipe,
how we find out fucking.
he'll wipe again the blood away from his neck, and he'll look you straight in the eye, and he'll go, "You do realize often what happens back in my part of the world where I'm from, when this sort of stuff goes down?
No.
Well, maybe one day I'll have to show you." And he'll turn, and he'll walk off.
In
With
which?
Tiny on your shoulder.
Okay, excellent. In which direction? To the hut or to Maggie? Let's say southward, where the sacrifice is just taking place.
He'll go to the hut, then he'll turn around and start to go back towards the sacrifice. Turn. I don't realize that he's not actually sure where he's kind of heading off to. And then we'll go to Tiny. Tiny, which way do you want to go? I'm a little bit flustered by everything right now.
I don't know. I asked to see the rights. I've seen the rights. I don't know what to do now.
Right. Okay. Hey, Malia. Do you know where the other two vanished off to? I mean,
Are
basically.
you coming back to see me?
Yeah, he'll turn around and he'll come back and be like, "Oh, look, okay, that wasn't my best moment. Look, where'd the other two go off to?"
Remember, I told you they sent. Lilith spoke in my head and said something about protecting one or the other, and I told her to protect both.
Right. Should we go and maybe like try and find them because maybe they need some extra help?
We
don't
could.
know,
I don't
I-
know. I'm kind of enjoying watching this whole thing play out.
What you mean this, or what's going on over there?
I mean, this is great, but also the sacrifice. I'd like to see what they do now.
Right. I mean, look. I mean, back from no, hold on. You got all fucking antsy when I was describing what happened. Look, let's just hang out here and see what's going on. I suppose.
Malia literally just takes a seat when she was standing.
I guess we're watching to see what's going to go on.
The three of you here once again, the fattest, wettest swamp cigar being taken a drag of from that one little fucking kobold that isn't super into any of this, and he just. I'm real glad you all worked that out. His accent definitely didn't change from last time.
Wow.
Hey, look.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Danny DeVito of kobolds.
Listen, we're going to go back to Lilith and Vermilion, please.
I cast See Invisibility.
Okay.
Do I see anything invisible?
Where do you look?
It's everywhere. Up,
Everywhere.
down, around. I spin in a circle if I have to.
Remind me, and this is more so for the sake of viewers that might not be familiar, perhaps. Roll through the description of visibility for me. I know the answer already. I just want to be sure.
For the
See
duration,
invisibility?
you see invisible creatures and objects as if they were visible. You can see into the ethereal plane. Ethereal creatures and objects appear ghostly and translucent. Tags detection.
Correct. And what you see in the distance at the point that you've cast this spell is the luminescent, clearly having hopped into the ethereal plane figure of this creature that once was Ribbon, flying into the night sky.
Eartha Real.
She says some choice swear words in Sylvan, and then turns to Vermilion. Well, he's gone.
Wow.
Like gone, like
Wow.
gone.
Wow.
I can't understand you now. Grow a human mouth.
Wow.
What is it?
Vermilion-
It's like
Vermilion
dark
lays an
now,
egg.
right?
It is. It
Incredible.
certainly is. And I think we established in the previous session that both of you are fairly kind of cued into the phases of the moon in general. The both of you are absolutely certain that the moon has risen by this stage.
Mm.
You have not yet turned into werewolves.
Aw.
Well, Vermilion would turn into a beowulf, but you know.
Hot.
Well, we can go and look for that horrible little swamp wench.
Mm.
And I quick look around. She's not anywhere in the vicinity, right?
Do I smell the swamp wench?
Venara?
That's the one.
In this area, no. So you took the path towards the Howl. Venara
Correct.
has not been here, no.
It's just more of.
I'm just gonna telepathically. I'm just gonna Vermilion.
Mhm.
I feel like we should not leave the scroll with the hag. I'm going to be honest.
Huh?
It seems like a really, really bad idea to leave her for up to a year pending Malia's successful failure, because it is Malia's entire job now. She made the bargain. We didn't have anything to do with it. Let me finish.
Huh?
Have you drawn an eye on your fucking hand?
Yeah, did you not see that
No, I
earlier?
missed that entirely.
Wow.
Specifically my left hand.
Is there a non-bear response to this? Sorry.
Really,
Ash.
if she can. Leaving it for an entire year in her possession seems like a terrible, terrible thing to do.
Huh.
Which, yes, we should have probably thought about this before we came all the way out into this horrible bog.
Mm.
But I don't know. What do you think?
I can't telepathically reply to you, can I?
You cannot.
Okay.
Hang on a second. Hang on. I might have something for this. Hang on.
I hope you have speak with animals.
I was gonna say I have comprehend languages. Does
Yeah.
bear count as a language?
No.
Damn it.
Huh.
Okay, then I don't have something. I can't understand a word you were saying
Huh.
or trying to say.
Huh. Huh. Can Vermilion try and like?
Hang on, let me get your dog.
Wow.
Just.
Oh, I missed that.
I'm
I-
Thomas.
Sorry, I missed all of that.
The last thing I heard was dog.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Lilith said, while that's happening, she just goes, "I'm."
No, not
God damn
again. God damn it.
Hey, no,
Dog.
it's fine, because what's going to happen, one, to give Ash
Vermilion.
some time to...
Like,
Wait. It's fine. Well,
sorry,
here's
my
what we're going to
internet
do.
connection is bad.
No, it's fine.
Um,
Here's what we're going to do. In that scene of Lilith attempting to understand Bear briefly, we will cut out to a short 5 to 10 minute break. Thanks for hanging out if you have been in chat so far. We will return very shortly. What? What was that for, you fuck?
If this is more than you can bear, stick around because bear more.
If you would
And
like...
if you have hated this session, this is Promethean. This is Zero in. Joking.
Also,
like
go
it.
listen. If you like it, go bite your friends on the neck.
Or perhaps if you
Is that
like
the
it,
new
we
kiss
do
on the
have
mouth?
merch you can buy.
Maybe.
Buy your friends on the neck to assert dominance?
Yeah.
Yeah, send him home with a hickey.
Cute, love that. No,
Biting and hickeys, two different things.
listen, in
Yeah.
all seriousness though, if you would like to watch me actively hate myself and my existence, stick around. I'm sure more of that will be happening shortly. But for now, hey, see you soon. Goodbye.
my face, it'll be easier.
That's what she said.
Greetings. Hi.
Hello.
Hey.
Here.
Hello. I'm Promethean. There's a 0 in it.
0 is the number of fucks I give about returning to this game in a polite way.
0 is the amount of confidence I have that I won't be crying myself to sleep tonight.
Unrelated
You
to this
would
game.
do that anyway.
Yeah, correct.
Fucking hell.
It's just what you do.
Hey, hi! Welcome back, etc. To the Sword of the Skulls. Our fun little 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons campaign, where I get the honor and pleasure of having these 5 absolutely ruin my life in the best possible ways. I would like. Does anyone want to volunteer to do a recap so that I can just sit here and pop out of existence for a minute?
Yeah, Pro got fucking whomped by his own actions.
Yeah, so all of
had
our
to
characters
scramble.
are hot and menaces. Next question.
Vermilion, Bear Million, and Lilith soundly and finally defeated Riven's resurrected corpse, and it will never be seen again.
Definitely didn't run off like a coward.
Definitely.
Malia and Sal made out or something, and then there was a big frog, and that's where we are now. Also, Tiny Wing,
Hey,
who
Tiny
had to
Wing
watch
went through,
Sal and Malia make out.
No, Tiny Wing went through like it's not a phase, mum, all over again.
look, all of that is
Did you just
relatively
put a torch
accurate.
in your hat? Amy?
Okay,
enough.
can't wait
I'm glad
to
we've had
see
this
what happens.
conversation.
Yeah, hey, hard saying. Look, but yeah, look, that essentially covers it, right? So Vermilion and Lilith don't appear to have turned into werewolves despite the moon having arisen. Were attacked by the risen undead corpse of the creature that infected them with lycanthropy a short time ago. They absolutely smashed it to pieces, which was real cute of them. And speaking of real cute, Malia decided to suck Salazar's fucking blood out of his neck. Like a psycho.
Hey, that's not all. No, wait.
Also, Madai Maggie's re-enrichment fucking ritual appears to be complete. She is now completely doused in blood. The poor little guy that was dragged in by a tribe of fey creatures has been successfully fed to a Froghemoth. And
Oh, what?
that's essentially where we're at, right?
Yeah, at the Coven.
Thanks. Hey, Lilith, roll a perception check for me real quick.
Yeah, one sec. NPC has sent me a
Stop that!
and it's the funniest.
Oh no, sorry. In the reprieve, I came up with a solution to our communication problem, whereby Bear Million will attempt to draw their responses.
He's drawn a
in
stick
the
figure
mud.
with titties.
It's true. I did draw a stick figure with titties.
Excellent.
It's natural 20, but anyway.
Magnificent.
Oh, I hate it here. So 28.
Okay, cool. I'm so sorry for what I'm about to do to you.
No, you're not.
Hey,
Just do it.
you notice as the adrenaline of this combat situation kind of calms down and you've finished blaring off your string of curses into the night sky after the ethereal planed figure
Real.
of
And trying to convince Vermilion that we should steal the scroll and abscond with it. And also going to get Astinus down from a tree, which apparently didn't get hurt at all because my fucking internet cut out.
And I think it's that point specifically as you reach up and find that an expected and familiar weight around your neck is no longer with you. I'm going to have you describe for me real quick your amulet that you wear.
Well, joke's on you. It was never around my fucking neck to begin with, bro.
Okay, fine, sure. Describe the amulet for me.
So it's a silver disc about this big with a cauldron etched onto it.
Yeah. Where does Lilith keep it?
Tucked in my belt. Like in my belt.
Okay, great. I would assume that when
Inside herself.
Ooh, excellent. I would assume that then reaching up into this tree to recover the adorable little fox creature, You would attempt to grab that and make sure that it doesn't fall from where you would normally keep it on your belt, to find that it is not there.
The only issue I have with this is the timeline, because I cast see invisibility after Riven was gone.
You did. I'm going to hand wave that real quick.
Wow,
Because this place is truly steeped in so much fucked fey magic.
Steeped.
No. And I fucking leave the dog in the tree and I am looking for that thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
And with that perception roll, I think
Ah.
a sufficient amount of time will pass.
Wow.
And it seems relatively clear to you that it is not on you. It's not on your person, and it is not in this area.
There would be a moment, I think, where Vermilion has to
Huh?
really consider whether or not Lilith is actually turning into a werewolf, with the actual howl of despair that she fucking lets out at that moment.
Ah.
That, like, the one thing she has left of her home now,
Hmm.
and also the source of her magic, is gone.
Ah.
I also have to ask Promethean, since leaving home, Lilith has felt like this persistent, like, tugging in her chest, kind of connecting her
Mhm.
to her family and her patron and stuff. Do I still feel that?
You do. I think that's an intrinsic part of your core being, more than it is something
Okay.
associated with any item that you actually carry. But on examining that feeling that you carry with you, you're immediately aware of something else. And you hear in your head the voice of Darkhan.
Oh, fuck.
There you are. And we will cut back over to the other three.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
Yeah, we're having a great time. We're just sitting down, watching a sacrifice or the aftermath of. It's
Mhm.
great.
Yeah, who cleans up afterwards? So they like a cleanup? No, anyway.
What does actually happen after
Yeah,
this
so-
happens? Like, is everyone kind of being jolly and stuff, or like has it?
The
broken
tribe
up?
of fey creatures have set up a bunch of small fires. They are absolutely getting their party on. They're having a fun time. They're absolutely digging the idea of Glomf having been fed, and quite clearly think that that's the best thing that has ever happened to the entire universe. Maggie ignores all of that. She wades into the water from which the Froghemoth had emerged. And she does wash herself down, and the blood kind of makes its way into the water. A large frog-like tongue slowly kind of laps at the surface of this water and just kind of takes it in. And any time that creature makes its presence known, whether it's little bubbles on the surface or the tongue, or just the tiniest little hint of skin, the entire tribe of fey creatures just absolutely going off their nut in celebration at this thing.
I'm going to immediately stand from where I was and look down at my two friends and be like, well, we've come this fucking far, and I'm gonna go and find the coolest looking group of people that are like having the best celebration. They
Yeah.
must be drinking alcohol.
Absolutely. It will be two darklings and that one swamp cigar toting kobold who are just kicking around a little fire talking shit.
Great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pour myself a beverage from whatever they're drinking and give it a deep old sniff.
It smells very homemade,
Like Bailey's.
but very strong.
They're drinking it out of
Okay.
a shoe.
Does it smell like it would have anything that would hurt me aside from a hangover tomorrow in it?
It's roll perception check.
Great. I wouldn't know.
Good, Sal will get up and go over it.
Because here's the thing. Oh no, hold on. Fuck, I have a +8 to perception. It's an 11.
It seems fine. It smells highly intoxicating, but not particularly dangerous.
Having a big old swig then.
Excellent. Sal, sorry?
You know, Sal will absolutely go over as well. And like, is Malia, are you like swigging it straight out of the bottle? Are you?
No, I pour myself some sort of a cup if there is one around. If there's not, then I will. Do I have a water skin? Yeah, I have a water skin. I'm going to pour the water out of my water skin and pour it into that.
The Darklings kind of look at you like, really?
And Sal will go, just
Wow.
don't mind her. She's not used to how stuff kind of gets done here in the Feybarg.
Yeah,
It's-
sorry, I'm not bog folk.
You're not. She's not bog folk. She's not used to some of the ways we do things around here. But she's in essence trying to take in what's going on. So I mean, in that respect, that's a really good thing. So anyway, is there another bottle around I'd like to indulge as well?
There are truly so many, and you are offered one relatively immediately.
He would just
And what's their fucking problem? Like, chill. There's so many bottles. It's fine. I also want to, as I do this, be listening out for any conversations that say anything odd or interesting. That anyone in the party would be like, huh, strange.
The majority of these conversations are being conducted in Elvish and Sylvan,
How fucking
which is
dare you?
truly
shit.
unfortunate for Malia.
Mm.
The
And
end.
then I pretend I can understand and attempt to mimic a bunch of people's reactions to things.
Quite literally, the only conversations you're able to hear are those from the 4 or 5 kobolds that are part of this group when they lower themselves to using common.
Sel will offer a drink to Tiny. Tiny, you going to partake?
No, I'm okay.
You sure?
on.
Just have a
Come on,
small one.
Tiny.
Look,
If you're gonna, now's the time.
And look, to be fair, it looks like the way that these folk indulge here is slightly different to how we do it back home. So, I mean, at least here you're not going to get killed, or at least badly maimed. You just get maybe a little bit shit-faced.
That's what happened last time you all drank with the bottle thing that I couldn't move.
Well,
I
you
was
got-
fine
We
during
were
that.
fine. That was nothing. I mean, here, like, you'll probably find people running around naked and screaming and stuff after.
That's already happened.
That's all. I did it. I missed something.
A very, very small one, just because there's a lot here.
Yes, it is. Do we? How the fuck do we
Does
get
Tiny have a
drink?
tiny cup?
Yeah.
Is there a
Surely.
bottle lid somewhere?
Your friend Flit emerges next to you, and they have their own little tiny size bottle and a handful of cups, and kind of hands that to you. Friend!
It's the tiniest cup I've ever seen.
Friend cup.
Friend cup. And she'll take one.
Excellent.
Lit's helping you get lit.
Flit pours for themselves first, pours for you. Friend, drink! It's like gives you a little
Hey,
cheers, slams down in this little cup, and then just starts absolutely swigging through this bottle.
This is Fae? This is what the Fae do.
This is what the Fae do around here, for sure. But look, whilst we're talking about this stuff, hey, Malia, how long have you been biting people for? Has this been like a lifelong thing? Is this... I mean,
No.
in return, I mean, in like, when I say biting people, I mean like the whole, like the long teeth into the neck sort of thing, not just like biting if you're into that kind of stuff.
Tell you what, Sal.
Sure.
Let me have another drink, and maybe I'll tell you.
Excellent. And he will 100% pour or give you a bottle, even though you've got your wineskin.
My wineskin.
Or your
I'm calling
water
it that
skin,
now.
yeah.
Excellent.
Your booze skin.
My booze skin. Excellent.
And he'll match your drink for any drink that you have. He'll be matching it.
Great. 1 for 1. This has become a drinking contest immediately.
Fucking game on.
I'll have each of you roll. We'll just do it as a single Constitution save.
Uh,
Actually, no, make it a Constitution check. Let's go highest wins.
Okay, this is a skill check though, right? I get to add my d6 finally to that.
Yep, and you're also going to roll with advantage because you were blooded up.
Oh yeah, see, this is there. I feel that this is actually. Hold on, what bullshit are you going?
Yeah, come on, dig in deep. What mind tricks can you play that might be of some assistance here?
All right, so it's what? It's just a d20 plus your con modifier.
Yeah.
A d20. I mean, okay, all right. Okay, all right. I'm also going to use fortune. Oh no, I can't do that. There. Oh, actually, I wonder. So I got a dirty 20.
Malia?
I got a 19.
Oh, with advantage too.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
My first roll was a 6.
yuck. So what is Sal getting absolutely fucking cooked on this swamp rot look like first?
Oh, it'll just be like he'll find like a decent little sort of couple of tree stumps for all three of them to park on, and like almost like a table in the middle so that there can just be a bottle there with them on opposite sides and tying almost probably like the judge in the middle, and it will just be like eye contact, drink for drink.
Mm-hmm. Is this a first to fall off the chair situation?
Pretty much.
Flit is immediately on the table, just sitting there like this, like dun, dun, like a fucking tennis match, just looking at the two of you as this goes on, and enjoying every fucking moment of it as that
And
plays
like
out.
every couple of drinks, it'll be like, all right, you ready to tell this whole story about you and the sucking?
No.
And-
Later.
And at that point, I think Malia falls off her chair. Flit immediately jumps up, cheering and yelling and screaming. Sal and Tiny Wing, you notice from
No.
roughly the northern direction, 3 figures emerge out of the thicker swamp. It's Vanara and 2 other marsh nymphs. That bear some resemblance to her, but you are absolutely not familiar with either of them. And the 3 of them make a beeline for Maggie, still bathing in this water, possibly underneath the water caressing the Froggermoth. And we'll go back to Lilith and Vermilion.
Keep going for a sec. I just need to restructure.
Excellent.
Wow. Wow. Oh.
Please enjoy these 7 minutes of bear noises.
I have a question.
Yes.
If we need to
Yeah, we'll bounce back.
keep going.
Mhm.
Yeah.
When I fall off the chair, am I fucked up?
Yes, that's the point of the drinking contest.
Take 17 bludgeoning damage.
Correct.
How many drinks have I had at this point?
0.5.
Someone in chat, roll me. We'll make it roll me a d20. Exclamation mark d20.
Whoa. Imagine it's 1.
I feel like the both of you could really fucking put it down, so I'm being super generous. I need.
NBC.
Listen, I will take Turquoise Vixen's roll over a player roll, but well done. And it's 7, so you were 7 drinks in. This is strong shit. Sal's not doing great,
He is old.
but he
Okay, well,
stays stooled.
Having fallen off the chair, I'm gonna see how long it takes before Sal falls off.
Just lying there in the mud, looking up.
No, like what I do is like once I like fall, I like elbows up, like almost like yeah, still laying, but I'm propped up in a way that's like, okay, but I'm comfy now.
Mm-hmm.
Like laying on this bare apartment floor where I have no couch.
Vermilion,
What I have to do currently in my life.
Vermilion doesn't own this place.
Yeah. Meh.
Ash looks ready. Are we ready? Magnificent. So Malia does that, falls to the ground, tries to make it a thing. And Sal and Tiny Wing, you see Vanara and two, what you can only be assumed to be some kind of relatives of hers, emerge and approach Maggie in the water. Lilith and Vermilion.
Meh.
So I've just heard Darkhan, the Oathrife,
Mhm.
in my head. Lilith, again, having just lost the last physical thing, really, that she has of home, and also kind of like the channel of her powers. Crash out good.
Mhm.
And she just starts screaming into the night, into the forest around them, as though Darkhan can hear. You coward! Hiding in the shadows, sending a dog to do your dirty work. I am Lilith, daughter of Kugaliak, the Twilight Mother. I am the prodigy of the fair Zunair, heir to the power of Elinor Birkin. Return to me what is mine and face me at my full strength, Balrog.
Meh.
And she is fucking shaking and screaming and angry.
Bear Million wanders over to where Lilith is. It's just like, meh?
You stole my fucking holy symbol, Vermilion.
Ah. Meh. Meh?
Anything in response from
Huh?
Ethan?
You receive
From
nothing
Darkhan.
more.
Lilith punches a tree, but she has a -2 modifier to strength, so I'm just gonna take.
A quick D4.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Yeah,
I'm just
fair.
gonna.
That's fair.
I'm just gonna take a quick little bit of damage. 3 points of damage. Doing that.
Ah. Bear Million punches what is definitely a rotted tree in solidarity and absolutely fucks it up.
Fucking destroys it.
Meh. Ah.
I don't have any ideas, do you?
Meh. 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 And
I do not know
Vermilion-
what you're saying.
Meh. And then Vermilion proceeds to use one of his claws to draw in the mud a series of stick figures to indicate the possible things that they could do. So he would draw 3 sets of stick figures, one with a mohawk and one that's really tall female stick figure with horns. And for one, he'd draw a little arrow that's pointing to what looks like a mace and then a question mark. The next one down would have an arrow pointing to what looks like a hot female stick figure with a question mark. And the third one would have an arrow that points to 3 other stick figures. One, a feminine looking stick figure with fangs, a tiny little winged stick figure, and a stick figure bent over using a cane, and then a question mark. As if to say, should we go after the mace, the hot lady, or back to the others?
I know in my heart and soul, if I didn't know already from having been told, that you have actually drawn those stick figures, and
Yeah.
I
Beautiful.
need them, please, in Discord for everyone to see immediately.
I genuinely want to get it
Where would
tattooed
you
on my
like me to-
body
where
and
would
be
you
like,
like me to
this
put
is sort of
it
the
in
skull. This is the
Discord,
game I
bro?
play.
Where would you like me to put them in the sort of
I
Discord?
believe there's some kind of. Let me have a look here. Hey, continue that conversation, and I'll let you know.
Lilith crouches down and not talking for some reason, swipes out the Vanara figure and
Mhm.
draws her holy symbol and points, despite the fact that you can hear and she can talk.
Ah. Vermilions then would respond by drawing a cross with 4 arrows on it, and then a question mark, as if like a compass. So you're like, okay, which way?
So Promethean, did you say that we're retconning that sea invisibility, or I know where Riven went? Roughly.
Oh,
Up.
And we'll say northward.
North, but he also stepped into the ethereal plane. Also, Darkhan was just talking in my head. I don't know if you heard that. Was it in my head, or did Vermilion hear it?
Meh.
I was asking Promethean.
Were you asking if Vermilion heard it?
Yeah, did Vermilion
Then
hear?
you're not asking me.
No, I was
Yeah.
asking you if it was like an out loud noise, Zarkhan echoing through the thing, or if it was just in Lilith's head.
Given your familiarity with telepathy, I'm pretty sure you'd recognize it as it was definitely
okay.
internal to you, yeah.
Yeah, the Oath Rifle's talking in my head, which means he's probably close enough to do that, or, I don't know, sending spell.
Meh.
I'm really gonna need you to turn into something with a better mouth. No.
Meh.
No.
Somebody clip it! Somebody clip it! Somebody clip it!
Wow.
Hot.
Like softer or wetter or
Stop.
more tubular,
Having the
less
line is
tubular?
enough. Having the line is enough. Thank you,
I
Ash.
think I'm done. No, I think I'm good.
Bear Million would underline the one with the other three, the set of stick figures that has the other three on it, and then the question mark.
All right. This does mean that we have to sleep in like a mosquito-filled swamp because I can't cast the dome without my holy symbol.
Meh.
It matters to me, bastard.
Meh. Meh.
I'm gonna flick him on the end of the nose.
Meh.
Oh, there are actual tears in my eyes. Fuck. Anyway. I will grab Acidus down from the tree that I put her in and jump back on Vermilion's back. And okay, boy. Wherever we're going, just take us there.
Meh.
I think Acidus probably picks up on the vibe and
Right.
will incredibly cutely just kind of nuzzle into Lilith's neck a little bit and kind of look up. Those adorable little fox-like eyes.
Lilith does not react because she is very cranky.
Meh.
Entirely fair. We'll jump back to the hut, or thereabouts. So Sal and Tiny, when you see as Venara, the marsh nymph, and two friends emerge from the swamp, and very hurriedly make their way to Maggie, who are having some kind of whispered conversation at the outer edge of this watery area.
Sal would, when he sees Venara, would stand up quite quickly, probably too quickly, also based on the amount of alcohol that he's consumed.
Mm-hmm.
Would take a small step, would hit the edge of the table, probably knock a bottle over, and just fall like back down on his ass. Probably like not too far from where Malia is also kind of crashed on the ground.
Just immediately eyeball to eyeball on the ground.
Yeah, it's like fucking just. I think I outdrunk you, but I think I've also outdrunk myself, if that's possible. Hey, but Versdan and Manana is over there. Do we want to go and she's got hold on, tiny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, wait, how's
Yeah.
tiny
Tiny.
after even that little amount?
How
Because
many?
like tiny's so small.
How?
Yes, but Tiny also had a tiny cup.
Correct. How hard did Tiny go at the rest of the bottle? That
Just the one.
Flip will have been openly offering.
Yeah, no, Flip's going for it, but no, Tiny was just have the one.
Yeah.
Tiny.
Yes.
Have
Yes.
I ever told you just how much I admire you? You're so small, but you're so fucking scary sometimes. But also, like Venara was the hot nymphy lady. There's 3 of them.
There's one
Is there-
Venara, but there's 3 people, yes.
There are 3. I'm not just seeing her 3
Yeah.
times. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh god, I just drunk too much.
Hey, Flit, who are the other 2?
Flit kind of sits up right from their lying position on the table where they've slowly been sort of staring at the stars. Quite clearly, they are having that super fun. The world is spinning around the moment. Others,
With Venara.
family, they stay in the dark.
Venara's family.
Like,
Sisters.
Sisters.
Sisters. Scary.
Scary
What?
like me or just scary? Oh, wait, no, Flit doesn't know how scary she is.
Scary.
he'll Stella will reach over and kind of like awkwardly pat Malia on the shoulder. We're like, Malia, we should go. Like Vizderber is Venara. She's here. We should go over and like see what's going on. Maybe. Can you stand? I can help you because you don't.
Before I stand, I do that thing that people do when they don't want to get up from a comfortable position to see what's going on, which I assume is behind me. So I just kind of go and then look back. And I think I am a better stander than you.
No. You fell off your chair.
You
No.
drank a lot.
No.
I'm better at
You fell
standing.
off more than I fell off.
Mm-mm,
I fell
mm-mm.
over. You fell off.
I'm gonna stand.
I'm falafel. Cell will attempt to stand up as well.
It's a race now. Who can stand fastest?
Yeah.
Roll initiative.
Excellent.
Oh fuck.
Good.
What did you get?
21.
Fuck you. I got a 19.
Malia's up first. Malia, both down and up first.
Mm-hmm.
All
Told
right.
you so.
Yeah, you just got lucky. All right. Let's go and talk to these.
Are they in the water?
The swamp marshes, which is a little bit strange considering what you know, Sal, about these creatures, refuse to touch the water inhabited by this Froggermoth, and are quite clearly maintaining a distance from the actual waterline. Maggie is still in the water, maybe like ankle deep, kind of having this conversation with the 3 of them on the bank.
Well, she's your best friend in the entire world, so you go speak to.
She's not my best friend. We went off to go and do stuff, and then she
Okay, sex bog.
fucking ran away from me. I mean, you don't need to get jealous there. I mean, just
I'm
eat
not
that.
jealous.
Well, look, based on the biting before, I'm just saying. Anyway, hey, Venara! And Cell will very, very loudly call out to Venara.
She kind of looks behind her and clocks you a little bit, and shakes off, and then turns back to the conversation with these 3.
No, I was me. I was going out. I just wanted.
I'm gonna hand
Wait.
on chest and be like, I think that was a hint, Cell.
What do you mean a hint? That she's wants me to go over? All right. Okay.
No.
No.
And I'm gonna try and grab your shirt to stop you.
Yeah. So he'll kind of awkwardly try and move, but probably not do a great job.
Pull you back in my direction and be like, if she's not inviting you over, then it's not an invitation.
Right. I mean, don't we want to go over and talk with her? Isn't that why we stood up?
I don't know.
Shite, Tiny, why did we stand up again? What are we doing?
You saw Vanara and stood up. I don't know what the heck you were doing. All I know is it's Vanara. She's got 2 sisters. They're
Okay,
both over there,
Tiny.
and they're scary. That's all I know.
Tiny, you seem like the most put together in this moment. What should we do?
I
Oh,
don't
oh,
know.
oh, Tiny, you like fly but super quiet, like over there, and you can like have a little listen and see what they're saying. And Malia and I will sit down on this nice ground which isn't moving at all like everything else right now, and we can wait for you to come back and tell us what may be going on.
But why?
Malia, why? Malia?
This was your rodeo, cowboy.
Right. Because it might be they might know where Versilian and Lily Pad have gone.
So you want me to go and ask if they know where our
No,
friends
don't
are?
ask, because then because if they're having an important
Just go
conversation,
eavesdrop.
fly over super quiet and like listen in.
But they're scary, and Lilith said that she's a bad fae.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm sure they're fine. I mean, they're hot as fuck, but they're
And
fucking fine.
do we care?
I mean, I do care a little bit, but
Do you
go
care about
over
her
there.
being hot, or do you care about her being a bad fae? I'm confused.
Look, I mean, bad, good. It's all kind of I mean, just be quiet. Fly over. Just super quiet.
Is that the sound you make when you fly?
Wait, how do you hear it? It's pretty
I'm
cool.
so confused.
It's okay. So am I right now because I've had far too much to drink. Fuck. Can someone else just make a decision? And Cells is
That's
gonna
why I
sit down
said,
on the ground.
Tiny. This is all. You're our leader at the moment.
I don't want to be a
Tiny!
leader.
Well, too bad. Responsibility has fallen on you.
Tiny! Woo!
Not
You got
sign up
this,
for
Tiny.
this when I came to this continent.
You're fine. You got this. You go over there and you listen with those little ears you've got on the side of your noggin.
Very much resigned to this. Are there any like overhanging branches and stuff where she could like hide behind a leaf or two?
Yes, there will be some very thin and thinly leaved but existent leaves that Tidywing could flitter over to if desired.
All right, we'll give it a go. She will attempt her very first solo stealth mission
Uh-huh.
to listen in.
Excellent. I think between... Well, no, okay, you said the word. Roll stealth.
Yeah. Cell start having the
It's
mission.
not too bad.
I think as well, like even within Drunken Stupor, I feel like Malia, she's a fucking bounty hunter. She knows how to distract. So everything I say while Tiny is doing that is so loud and obnoxious that like hopefully the attention is not drawn towards Tiny.
So you mean she's just being normal?
Wow! An out of character burn! What the fuck? I'm loving this new fucking rivalry fucking escalation. This is great. Yes, as you were.
I rolled a 19.
But does Tiny get advantage if I'm being loud and obnoxious?
I need you to understand just how much your loudness and obnoxiousness is drowned out by the general state of loudness and obnoxiousness that
Fair.
has been
That's
reached
fair. Do you know
by
what?
the Fae.
Fuck you,
at
but
this
I'll
point.
take it.
But to be fair, Cell will be just as loud and obnoxious because, like, I'm sure they'll just find something else to fucking argue about.
I feel like it's a competitive level
Yeah.
of obnoxion at this
I
point.
feel like Tiny would be glad to get away from him at this point.
Hard
the
fucking
time-
same.
The time that the like loudness will die down is if we clock that Tiny is okay and doesn't need that.
Tiny, to the both of you, seems to be perfectly competent and capable, and absolutely
Cool.
gets into an advantage position.
At that point, not as loud and obnoxious.
Excellent. Brilliant. Tiny, roll a perception check for me, because it is a subdued conversation regardless. You've managed to get your way kind of to this little group having their little get together.
It's a dirty 20.
Nice. You hear, you can speak Sylvan, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, excellent. So in Sylvan, you hear essentially the mid to last part of a conversation that is very much Venara and these two other figures who you catch kind of snippets of the conversation, learning that their names are Ballora and Shul. They are not contributing to the conversation in much of a way other than in what could almost be considered not threatening, but certainly not reverential towards Maggie. As Venara is kind of spilling a breakdown of a fear that she has of something that she's heard out in the deeper part of this area. Essentially recounting the events that she'd gone through with Sal, and then her subsequent fleeing to her original home, where her sisters were, so she could feel safe.
Tiny would probably just hang out there until it looked like it was okay to try and leave and go back to her friends.
There's the briefest of moments where, kind of shifting your weight a little bit behind one of these leaves, you notice Mud-Eye Maggie stiffen and tense. And we'll jump back over to Lilith and Vermilion. And between these two kind of areas, I think we could probably say at this point. So, what direction specifically were you two planning to head into? Back to the hut, I guess? Was that the goal?
I am just on Vermilion's back, wherever he takes us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Please use English.
You can speak actual words to me as the DM, rather than that, should you so desire. In which case, we'll say little more than 10 minutes passes and you come into that kind of refreshment picnic area that you'd all been taken to, and can hear the absolute revelry on the other side of the hut as you enter into that space. Lilith, the thing that you feel far more and earlier than hitting this spot specifically, it's maybe 5 minutes into this journey back, you feel that shift in the atmosphere around you, and you know that having crossed a certain threshold, that you are in Maggie's domain proper, and feel that envelop around you. It feels subtly different. It feels
moist,
a little more. It feels heavier than it did when you initially came into this area.
Feeling that shift, I would I think I would just like ask Vermilion to stop. Turn around, just go back a bit until I felt the change out of Maggie's domain. Vermilion, are we leaving this girl with her or not? Stomp your feet, once for yes, twice for no. Do you think it is a good idea to leave it with her? Given my previously stated points.
Sorry, which one was yes?
Once for yes, twice for no.
Okay. Vermilion stumps twice.
I've already forgotten what my question was. What did I say?
Is it a good... Should we leave the scroll with Maggie? Is it a good idea?
Do you think we could get it from her?
2 stamps.
Do you think if you turned into a worm, I don't know how your animal shape thing works. I don't know. Do you have like an extra dimensional pocket, like some kind of marsupial, or
What?
Excellent! I got him to stop speaking bear. I love it. Do you have like, I don't know, like a magic pouch that you could probably put it in and stay as a bear or another animal, and then like, I don't know, we leave and she doesn't know that we have the scroll, and then I don't. For a minute, I'm really just softballing here.
3 stamps.
Fucking hell.
Okay. I mean, if ever we were going to steal it from her tonight, it would probably be the best bet. She's very distracted, I'm sure.
Ah. Ah.
I don't know what that means.
Huh? Huh? And just jerks his head like, do you want to get off? Which you take to mean, do you want to not, do you want to
Dismount.
disembark?
As in, like, I'm going to transform back, it's going to be awkward for both of us? Or is it a genuine question, would you like to walk instead of ride?
No, as in I'm going to turn back and it's going to be weird.
Right. Yeah, okay, then I will I will jump off.
Okay, once you do that, Vermilion runs off into the woods.
I have your dog!
No, that's absolutely not what happens. But the sheer look of panic on Pro's face when I said it was truly worth it.
Yeah, it always is.
Bearmillion turns back into Vermilion. Oh, wow. Wowee. That was something, huh? What a time. I'm
And
going to bed.
Lilith, who is bleeding from her hand and her neck,
Hmm.
who doesn't have her access to her magic, just fucking glares at you.
Oh, you want me to fix that for you?
No, I really don't. I'm fine.
Are you sure? Because the normal amount of blood is none.
Fine. But thank you.
Okay. Listen. I don't think we should tell the others about what happened.
I feel like we should probably tell someone that,
We-
the Oathrife, probably around here somewhere,
Yeah, but I feel like...
and
Not-
has stolen my magical ability.
Yeah, but I feel like not within Maggie's domain.
Yes, good point.
I think
But
if
I'm
we're going to
also-
tell them we should wait till we leave.
I'm also not entirely certain what's going to happen in her presence now that I am no longer connected immediately to my patron.
Oh, I'm sure it'll be fine. She hasn't killed us yet. Also, did you see where she put the scroll? No reason.
Promethean, didn't she just kind of leave it on the table as far as we knew?
None of you saw what she did with the scroll.
Because as far as we know, she didn't do anything with the scroll.
You left her heart.
True. I can cast Detect Magic. How about you?
I can turn
No, I
into a
can't.
bear.
Never mind. I forgot already. I hate this. Yeah, I have no idea what she did with it.
Okay. What should we tell the others?
What do you think is the most plausible thing to tell them?
Should we tell them we kissed by the fuck pond?
What? Vermilion!
I don't know.
I can kind of of imagine the look on Malia's face, and I'm pretty sure she'd slit my throat in my sleep. And I don't really want that right now. She's very possessive with you if you haven't noticed.
No, I haven't.
Oh, she's very possessive with you. She cares for you a great deal.
I doubt it.
I don't, trust me. Hang on, I'm just looking through. Lilith just starts rummaging around in her bags. I don't think I have a dust that can make you invisible for about 5 minutes until you do something stupid or get hurt.
Never give me 5 minutes for what I can accomplish in 3.
I'm sure that there is context to that I don't understand.
I can be real stupid real quick.
Okay. Should we tell them that we turned into werewolves, though? That might be funny.
Yeah, let's tell them that.
Okay. We are set on a course of action, apparently.
Should I turn into a wolf?
If you want.
Do you think that would help sell the bit?
You know what? So I have, as an innate ability,
Yeah.
once per day. Nope, I've already used it. Fuck. Never mind. Can't do it. Because I don't have my holy symbol. I'm not going to do anything because I can't do it. Sure. Can you be like a dire wolf, like a really big wolf?
Sure, I could do that.
Maybe like a giant wolf? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Check
Probably.
that fucking CR, buddy, before you do. But go for it.
Listen, this isn't for mechanical purposes, you fuck.
Hey, what have I told you? Assume nothing. You don't know what's gonna happen.
That's true. Okay, but you're gonna have to talk for me because, wolf.
Okay.
Remember, tell him we kissed under the fuck pool. Okay. And then Vermilion
Don't know that I can do that!
Vermilion turns into a dire wolf. The most direst of wolves.
And once again, jumping on the back of Vermilion and pointing.
Incredible.
Rough.
You make the straight. I feel like you actually don't know what noises animals meant to make, Vermilion.
Vermilion makes that sound that sounds like a fucking husky talking.
Which is how fucking Salazar, Tiny Wing, and Malia.
If I may,
Yes,
if I may,
absolutely.
In the meantime, just before
Yeah, of
these
course.
two chuckle fucks join us, and while Tiny Wing is listening in on conversation, I think during stupid things that Sel and Malia have said, she would like almost kind of stop looking jovial for just a moment and say, for the record, I don't really know how this all happened. All I know is I was fighting some shit that I was supposed to, and I was not gonna win that fight. And I don't know what happened. My mind is kind of clear from there. But when I regained consciousness, I was like this.
What, you mean shit-faced?
No, I mean that like bite and
Oh,
hunger thing.
fuck.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, and it's real wild. Like I'm not lying when I say I can't control it.
Right, so it's like some kind of, like, is it an urge? Like when you've got a really itchy nose and it's like, if I don't scratch this.
I think the precise term is hunger.
Oh, right. So when you did the okay, hold on. So when you bit me before,
Oh, I wanted to.
you but did you like actually like drink the blood?
Oh
Like,
yeah.
Right. Okay. So you essentially fed from me when you did. It wasn't just like a bite.
Had I been in rough shape, would have made me feel a hell of a lot better.
Right, I remember something because you bit that person all that time ago, and I remember clocking it then too.
Mm-hmm.
And so you were fighting stuff, and then you were like, oh,
It builds up over time, and if I don't give in to these urges and it gets too much, I just cannot control it.
so like, do you need to like feed on like a regular basis? Like if you constantly kind of like chewing on people on a regular basis, does that help, or how does that work? Or if you've not sort of experimented with that kind of thing before?
I've thought about it, but I haven't really experimented too much with it. Because the thing is that like there are other people involved.
I mean, that's true, but I mean, you can always like. I mean, sure, it hurt, but I mean, it's also. I mean, it's kind of not so bad now.
Hey, you know what they say? You're better off fighting your friends than your foes.
I'm not entirely sure I've heard that one before, but I mean, look, for future reference.
Okay, sacrifice boy.
Oh, look, I mean, sacrifice. We kill people. We fuck. I mean, it's all part of the circle of life, really. But I mean, for future reference, if you ever find yourself getting to a point where like the whole urge hunger thing is starting to become like a problem for you, like just give me a bell. I'm happy for you to just have a little nom. Save sort of you getting yourself into any grief in the future. If you want to. I mean, I'm just saying it's an offer.
Oh, honey, next time I bite you, it won't be with my teeth.
Duly noted. Duly noted.
Tiny Wing.
Hey, how you doing?
I don't know, check with me later. You notice from your vantage point, despite Maggie's tensing, the conversation now just between Venara and Maggie as the two sisters break off and head back out northward. Maggie kind of leans in and whispers something that you can't quite hear to Venara. And as she does so, you could probably be close enough to recognize this. Maggie unleashes something into the water that she's standing in, and you feel more than see this ripple of magical energy make its way through the water. For a moment, it's like you can see an outline of the incredibly large frog-like creature below. Not see exactly, but you know it is there. And this spreads out in a wave from Maggie's location. You can kind of perceive this. It feels almost like a vine reaching out over time to engulf anything underneath it, is the sense that you get from it. Maggie herself at that point then turns, at which point you, Salazlo, and Malia hear this insane howling as coming into this kind of open area where this Fae party is still absolutely going down. You see Lilith and a incredibly large wolf-like creature.
Astus.
And Astus.
You would see that the wolf looks fine. Lilith is soaked in blood. Astus also looks fine. So basically we come in and we see basically everyone is off their tits. pretty much. Just the vibes.
Yeah.
Everyone around us, yeah. It looked familiar, and they started without us.
Certainly the tribe of fey creatures absolutely off tits, and it will not be too hard because they are in this incredibly intimate, deep and meaningful conversation, sort of separated from the group a little bit. You do clock Malia and Salazar with his beautiful bright red nose fairly easily. You don't see Tiny Wing.
Is he not a hobgoblin? Is his skin not red to begin with? He always has a bright red nose.
It's dark, and you can't see that, Carl, with your fucking dark vision. It's
Surely there's a bonfire.
Deeper shade of purple. Yes, fine. You don't see Tiny Wing. I think at a glance you would very easily see Maggie in the water, and Lilith. I think you two would recognize that she has absolutely kind of done something of a magical nature. Vermilion would likely also recognize that. As it happens as you enter this area. It is very clear that Mud-Eye Maggie and Vanara's attitude is very, very different to the party vibe that's happening a little ways off.
Yeah. I think that even shit-faced, the gang would be able to see that despite, Lilith's earlier insistence, they absolutely fucking stay for this thing because it's going to be the best night ever. Lilith is completely dejected, just sitting on the back of that wolf, like, looking incredibly fucking small. Oh, woo. That was just a Vermilion. I didn't say it loud enough to be heard over the din. It was just between friends. Small little burgeoning friendship friends. They're over there, Vermilion. Can't you smell them? I can. They are fucking drunk. Gonna take that as an I know.
Gonna wolf gallop up and bowl Sal over.
Sal's like sitting there. They'll be sitting on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Outstanding.
Fucking
So
wolf haunch just smashes you in the side of the head.
Wow. What the fuck was? Why is there a giant wolf running around? And oh, fuck.
Yeah, can I do an insight check to see how drunk Salazar seems to be?
Oh, dude, you wouldn't even need an insight check. Like, there is the absolute look of someone who is
Be
100% written off. Yeah.
It's cool. It's a 22 anyway.
Same with Malia.
Lilith is good.
Oh yeah.
Both
Lilith,
obvious, not requiring a check.
With her hands on top of Vermilion's wolf head, just leans over and goes, "So turns out, I didn't turn into a wolf. Vermilion, however."
Oh, you mean you're right? He's this big furry. Well, he was a bear before. What is he? Did we see him turn into bear? I can't remember. He's a wolf. Like, because of when you guys got bitten by the werewolves. Is that why he's a wolf? But you're not a wolf.
Is the full moon up at this point?
Oh yeah,
Lord Daddy?
in this spot being
Yeah.
more open and the location of a ritual involving the full moon, absolutely clear view.
Yeah, I'm just gonna point up to the full moon, and then point back down at Vermilion.
Wait, is that actually Vermilion, or did you just find a wolf?
But hold on,
Does this dire wolf have a green mohawk?
Yes.
As
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Hey.
I've found one that looks exactly like what Vermilion looks like when he is
Hey,
not an elf.
Malia, I think Lily's lying to us. I reckon that's
Hey,
actually.
call me that again, Salazar, and I'll break your fucking nose.
Can Wolf Million
I almost did that already.
can Wolf Million smell
Good job.
Sal's blood on Malia?
Wow.
Ooh, I like that question. I
Hey,
feel
I
like
ingested it all.
I don't think Malia's a particularly messy drinker. I think she probably cleans up after herself a little bit. And I think
I think I also specified that I did wipe my face
Yeah.
and lick my hand.
and I
Yeah,
thi-
but dogs are real good at smelling stuff.
This is true, and I feel like though
She's
that
also had a lot of alcohol.
the amount of alcohol that's being consumed will lessen the ability to specify between the two of them where the smell is coming from. You can absolutely smell Salaslow's blood though.
Mm-hmm. Can I smell where it's coming from? You fuck.
It's just a general tinge around the two of them.
Mm-hmm. So I can smell it on Sal.
Probably more so than from
Okay.
Malia. Yeah.
You'd probably still.
Can I
be,
see that? Can I
like-
see the marks on his neck?
Also, though, I did just say that I punched him in the nose.
Correct.
Yeah.
You will be able to see the marks on his neck.
So I like smell Sal's blood. I see the marks on his neck. I go over. I smell Malia, and then I just turn to Sal and just growl right in his face, like jowls out. Just
Hey, ease back. I'm not sure what I've done, but who's a good puppy dog? No.
At this
What the
point, Tiny's
is
going
going
to
on?
appear and she's going to land right on Vermilion's nose and just be like, "Oh my god, did you learn how to turn into a wolf? Oh my god, who's that good puppy?" And she's going to pat him in between his eyes.
Cute.
it goes cross-eyed.
Prey's not meant to be there. Wait. hmm
That's it. She just wants to pat the puppy.
Right.
Sal will scoot back a little bit away. Well, trying to scoot away from Wolf Million. Are you sure what your issue is? I can't tell.
Vermilion, could you just be you?
Oh,
That
That's
is
like
him.
my favorite version of you, is when you're not like an animal.
Oh.
I'm just once
God.
again gonna lean over the top of his head and be like,
oh,
I'm not sure you want to hear what he has to say today, Malia.
oh.
What do you mean? Why?
I'm not repeating what he wants me to say. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it, Vermilion.
I mean, there is very little he could say to hurt me, so that's fine.
Oh, it's nothing to do with you.
Okay, well then why would I give a shit?
Because I still don't speak animal, Vermilion.
Okay, Vermilion turns back into Vermilion.
Fuck. How does this work?
Lilith is riding Vermilion.
Dex
Well,
save.
technically, I was sort of stretched out on top of Vermilion, so
You
I
really, truly were.
I
I'll
don't want to. I
still-
don't want to do a save. I want to just fully like fucking
Backpack.
land on this dude.
Okay.
Hot.
You won't land on the dude, because he'll be going from a quadruped to a bipedal creature. So you'll
Yeah, but
be
I'm assuming that
sliding
he might-
immediately
I
off
don't
his
know.
back.
How
But
dare
he
you
might
comment
be
my
on-
pedal.
He might be on all fours. I don't fucking know. I don't know how wild shape works.
It's like
Go for it, Amy.
it's like the cover of an Animorphs book.
Amazing.
Which would mean you would then be standing.
Correct.
Standing
At
like
the
this,
end.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll let you make a dex save for a graceful fall.
A graceful getting off.
Or alternatively, let's say an athletics check to hold on to his shoulders. Take your
Oh,
pick.
athletics. I'm good at that shit.
Lilith is
Um,
bigger than me.
I am taller than him. Athletics. Yeah, -2. Cool, that's a 16 still.
Except
18
it's
minus
not,
2.
because you will currently receive a -10 to that ability check slash
I'm sorry,
save.
fucking why?
Hag shit. So it will be a 6, and I'm afraid you will plonk your ass down on the ground next to Vermilion.
While I have you here, Vermilion, you
Hey.
called me mummy earlier, and I want to know why.
I don't know. It just kind of slipped out.
Do you see me as a mother figure, Vermilion?
No, I meant it in kind of a hot way.
What? Lilith, who speaks street languages, doesn't understand.
Yeah,
Malia
look.
immediately goes, "Ah, I get it."
Speaking of, did you feed on Sal?
Yeah, Lilith, did you feed on Sal?
I'm talking to you, Malia.
No.
I see the bite marks on his neck.
No,
And I
she-
know
No,
it
we
wasn't
got
me.
attacked by an angry puppy.
No, oh, no, excuse
Inside
me. Hold
check.
on. That's not right.
I'm still lying. The good news is, it's actually quite good. It's an 18.
No, it's not. It's an 8.
Why?
I just
Puppy,
said
please.
hag shit.
Vermilion, use your fucking bardic inspiration already. It's probably expired by now, but just pretend.
Almost certainly.
It's a d6.
That's a 23 insight.
No, it's a 13.
Okay, it's a 13 insight.
Correct.
Is Malia lying?
Yeah,
Good.
absolutely.
Why are
in
you
the way
lying
that
to me?
in the way that like a sibling tries to lie to another sibling, but you just know their tells.
Listen, Malia, can I sidebar with you real quick?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Malia attempts to stand, and hopefully does so quite gracefully. And then we'll follow Vermilion wherever they would like to go.
Truly just so few steps away. It's almost 100% likely that everyone else will hear exactly what they're saying.
Excellent. And enough as everyone tracks your
Yeah.
movement and
Yeah.
in that direction, everyone will see at this point Mud-Eye Maggie make her way from the waterline back towards the hut. And Vanara making her way around the water's edge back towards the direction from which she and her sisters had emerged. As you were.
Listen, Malia. Listen. Like
I'm listening.
I'm not mad at you or anything, but you know, I just thought like as your best friend, if you needed to feed on someone, you'd feed on me, you know? Like it's Salazlo.
You are my best friend.
Then why did you feed on Salazlo?
Oh, I couldn't control it. It just came out. There was like a lot of blood and a lot going on, and it just hit me in the face.
Yeah, but like there's a lot of blood all the time.
No. I mean like out of the body.
Yeah?
What?
And also, what's the deal with saying you don't like my animal forms?
I do like your animal forms. What
Would
I'm
you
saying
still
is,
would you still love me if I was a worm?
yes, I would. I would. But
Great. A million wild shapes into a worm.
do you have enough wild shapes for that?
Yes.
I will pick you up as a worm.
It's a worm with a tiny green mohawk.
Okay, I will put you in my pocket so that your head is sticking out of it.
Worm million.
I have a question. You know how worms you can't really tell like the front or the back? Do you have a mohawk on each end?
Yes.
Excellent.
No.
If that's the case,
Sure.
That's the case. Instead of pocket, it'll just be on shoulder.
Mhm.
A little worm on my shoulder.
An eagle emerges from the sky. No.
Do it, you coward. All that's gonna happen is when it turn back into Vermilion, that eagle's gonna be real pissed off.
Make my way back to the rest of the group.
Fucking hell. As you do, Mud-Eye Maggie, making her way back to her hut, stops dead in her tracks, snaps her head to the group of you now clustered together. Lilith looks directly into your eyes, as if for the first time, and approaches. She reaches out a single claw, tracing the tattoos on your skin.
I
You sweet, poor little thing. If I had only known. And
if you
that
only looked.
is where we are going to leave tonight's session. For tonight. Listen, I love and respect and adore each and every one of
No, you don't, you
absolutely
fuck. You
cool
don't.
sons of bitches. Thank you for being
If
fucking
you
awesome.
if you love and respect us all, could you do me? Hey, Pro, could you
Yes.
do
If
me
you
a
love and
favor?
respect us all, we're going to be playing for another 2 hours.
Hey,
Incorrect.
But we're
hey,
not, so
Pro,
you don't.
Pro,
Mm.
could you do me a favor?
Mhm.
Could you get on your knees?
Fuck, this is my campaign. Yeah, no, fuck you. I can, but hey, you know what? While I'm
Thanks,
doing
Lord
it,
Daddy.
while I'm doing it, because I'm an obedient friend, we're gonna go around and we're gonna get everyone to tell us who they are and what their favorite moment from the session was. Starting with you, Emily.
Wow, the aggression. Now beg. No, I'm joking.
Fucking hell.
Hey, favorite moment. That's what we're doing right now, right?
Correct.
Okay, cool. Just overall, the contrast between the two scenes. Like, genuinely, that is the thing that I loved. Is like, you got two people, one's getting fucking chomped at and like screamed at in their head, and the rest of us are like, you know what'd be fun? If we got real fucked up. And that was just real fun and real cool, and I enjoyed it a lot.
Hard fucking same. And the DM.
Look, I always appreciate NPC's commitment to the bit. I was hoping that there would actually be no spoken proper word to the entire session, and then it was all just like gurs or barks or everything. But it's a beautiful thing, and the drawings were incredible. Also, like, Tiny with the fucking nose scratch on the giant wolf was stupidly fucking adorable as well. But yeah, it was just all fucking chaos and pandemonium. Oh, and also the sheer panic on Pro's face when he thought we were going to get into hardcore PvP and it was all going to turn to shit.
Yeah, look, I had a real fun time with that. Thank you. MVCDM.
The sheer panic in your eyes when I said I was just going to run off into the forest.
Yeah.
Just anything that we did that caused Pro to absolutely panic.
Me? Panic?
Yeah.
Never.
Just a constant state of absolute panic.
Likely. Ash. Also,
Hi,
no, wait,
that's
was
me.
there an also there?
Yeah, just giving Vermilion another excuse to be mad at Sal, who has done actually nothing wrong ever.
Except for being a prick in
Correct.
life, probably. No, take it back. I love you. I'm sorry. It's fucking Ash.
No, I'm just regular Ash. I love that after 21 sessions, we're finally starting to make friendships within this group that weren't pre-existing.
Is that what any of that was? Is that?
I think so.
Yes.
Okay.
I think that, like, Salazar not being scared to call Malia out, Malia losing control of her own fucking thing, and Salazar being like, hey, fuck you. And then Tiny Wing being like, yeah, fuck you. She just learned that word, and it's great. It's a new thing for her. Even though that didn't actually happen verbatim. And then, like, I don't know, Lilith having the chance to be vulnerable and actually taking it, even if Vermilion doesn't understand what's going on. Like, I feel like there are actual bonds starting to form now, and I like that.
Agreed.
I think-
Absolutely.
But yeah, my favorite part of the session was also just Malia losing control finally. For once, after all the hype that Emily has put in my inbox for like
Can I
8
just
months, where
say,
she's just
this
been
is
like,
not the
"Hey,
first
no,
time.
I'm still fucking talking. It's kind of the first time. It's the first time that's not Dark
It's
Hunt
not.
Thrive.
That's not been.
It's the first time it's not Dark
super
Hunt.
deliberate. Yeah, I guess.
It's the whole, like, the last 6 months you've been like, oh, Emily has this thing with blood, and, you know, she's got this thirst, and blah, blah, blah. You said it like 3 times. I'll find the messages. But,
Okay, great.
but, to see it finally pay off, I love that.
Marvelous. Saz.
Oh, just I have to say probably Sal being like, oh hey, look, it's Venara. I'm gonna get up and go do stuff. Just no thought, nothing else. Just hot lady must go. Common sense gone. Loved it.
Yeah.
Look, it's, you know, yeah. stuff and things.
Mm.
I love a bunch of things. One, the undercurrent of that being Sal's absolute ignorance to the fact that he was probably going to get drowned in that pool more than anything else.
Correct.
I am also a super big fan of the phrase, "I'm going to need you to turn into something with a better mouth."
Yeah, correct.
Which I will take me with joy in my fucking heart to the grave.
That's going.
That
That's going
was
on there.
Because
It's going,
I'll
it's going on the merch.
Um,
It's going on the
standing.
merch.
Correct.
on
I'd
the
also
merch.
I'd also like to say I really loved MVC's dedication to. Should we tell them we kissed by the fuck pond? Like,
That's real good. Also,
It's also the immediacy that NVC whipped up an emote for that.
Oh yeah, Pro hasn't seen it because he's not
I
part of
have,
that
I
particular
have not
group.
seen it, and I would like to see it, please.
Yeah, okay.
For my own purposes, and also just in general, Lilith's fucking incredible lore drop. Like it was.
Yeah.
So, and
little tantrum.
to your point,
Lilith's tantrum. is what that
Emily,
was.
of like the fucking contrast between the seeds, like there was still a bunch of chuckle fuckery that was happening with Lilith and Vermilion. That moment, there was zero chuckle fuckery, and it was very cool, and I enjoyed it quite a lot.
And it was immediately followed by Vermilion going.
Marvelous. Hey, we'll go back around and we'll have everyone tell everyone who you are. Because you're cool and I want everyone to know. And then we're going to rate out to Let's Roll for Dragons, who are currently streaming. They're saying new All Bards campaign. I was pretty sure it was the finale of their All Bards campaign, but hey, who am I? I don't know shit. And we'll go back around the other way. So, hey, Saz, who are you? Where can we find you? And doing what?
Hi, I'm Saz or Saz and Meeple. I'm the resident Dice Goblin and producer over at Meeples and Dragons, where every Thursday morning you can find me playing BG3 with my dear friend James. When I'm not doing that, we've got a one-shot next Saturday night being run by Heath, and I believe that's in like his little hometown of his character out of Radiant Shadows. So I'm very, very keen to
It's gonna be
dig into
super
some
fun.
Sphrzina lore. It's going to be interesting. God, I hope I said that right. What else is there? Yeah, I don't know. That's me. So
Excellent.
tired.
Fair. Hey, Ash, do the thing.
Okay. This thing. I don't know how to do that thing where you pretend to pull your thumb off. I tried. Hey, I'm Ash and I make stuff. You can find me at Ash Make Stuff. You can find me over on Split the Party. Occasionally, playing Calestis, the hottest cleric you've ever seen. In what's that game we do, Saz?
What we do in Barovia, and yes, can confirm
one.
very hot.
Yeah, no, I'm also very fucking tired. You can also find me popping up whenever Emily deems fit over on Hexes and Vexes as a menace to society, also known as a wild magic sorcerer. Yeah, I think that's it.
Marvelous.
Next.
MBC.
What?
Who you?
You just said it.
I only said a bit of it.
Okay.
Excellent.
Translation: Happy Pride, fuckers.
And the DM.
Don't forget to kiss by the fuck pond.
If Inuanuwe says it's fine to kiss your homies as long as you don't get attached, so listen to the men.
Ham.
Dear Lord. Hey, I'm Ham. I run Radiant Shadows campaign every second Saturday on Meeples and Dragons. As said, we've got a little run shot going at the moment. This coming Saturday, and then we'll be returning back to our regularly scheduled stuff the fortnight after. I lurk here, I lurk in other places. There's secret projects going on, which will hopefully emerge sometime in the second half of the year, which is going to be truly fucking awesome. That's it. Thanks.
Wonderful. Emily.
Hi, I'm Promethean. There's a 0 in it. The 0 stands for the amount of control I had over this session. I'm a prolifically casual gamer and streamer on the internet. Most of the things I stream involve dice, except when they don't. And I do things on other channels like Meeples and Dragons and Hexes and Vexes. That's it.
Very well done. Hey, hi. I'm actual Promethean. There is a 0 in it, and it does stand for exactly that, so I guess I don't need to say anything else. Hanging around and chat with us still, thank you. That's fucking awesome. We love when people do that. Feel free to do it again. Feel free to do it right now with Let's Roll for Dragons.
Hold on, the raid's been cancelled.
Yeah, I'm now redoing the raid because it was counting down truly so quickly, and I was
Speaking
scared
of
that I was
raids,
going
hey,
to cut you
thanks
off.
to the guys who raided before we even started today.
Absolutely,
That was fucking awesome.
that was
Legends.
super rad. We are now going to go do that. We love you forever. Please look after yourself and all of the people around you. And
Or don't. It's entirely your choice.
It's true, and I'm not your real mum. Have fun time. Bye.